Tranny? Oh, no, I was working on my car. The other day, though, I was watching gay porn.
Uh-oh.
No, wait, I'm sorry. I was watching pro wrestling.
We have also a Matt Fulcher on here. Matt, I know you're a rap fan.
Right.
Do you curse a lot in your...
Well, you know, on the radio, they take out all the curse words, which means they take out all the words. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure, for the rap songs?
Yeah.
Sure.
Turn on the hip-hop station, it's like, I'm gonna you up so bad, gonna in the to your mother man, and after that I'm gonna your mother sister gonna not even gonna kiss her. something like that.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
The steam begins to rise, it slowly effervesces. Leaves are crinkling under sweet caresses. I cherish this moment of natural bliss. Nothing's missing when I'm pissing outside. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. Pissing outside. Come on, America. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. There you go. You know, a rock, a bush, a shrubbery, a tree. You can go anywhere you please. There's so many things that you can christen. So make it like your mission and just start pissing outside. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. You know my favorite place is in the virgin snow. You find a fresh canvas and let it flow. Sign your name and watch it glisten. Unless you're in Alaska, then your task is to go faster, 'cause it freezes and you have to walk backwards while you're pissing outside. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. Pissing outside. Pissing outside. Nice. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. Because the grass is always greener when you water with your wiener outside.
It's the Bob and Tom Show. Whoa, 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 whoa. Have the girls started singing yet? I did. Oh, there they are. Woo. There they are. Hello, Christy Lee.
Well, hi, Chick McGee.
What a swell top.
Why, thank you, sir.
Tom, will you look at that top?
Amazing. It's very festive, light blue. Looks like you're heading to Key West.
I love it. Yes.
You look like you're coloring Easter eggs with your kids. That was always my favorite Easter egg color.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Pale blue.
I remember color Easter eggs, first of all, you know. My mom would start yelling about, well, these ain't the Easter egg colors we got last year, stuff like that. And then, you know, my dad would say, well, why don't you go out in the car and get you something you like? And then, hey, Pat Godwin.
Hi, Chick McGee.
Hey, Jeff Foskey.
Hey, buddy.
There he is. Josh Arnold's still under the weather. Maybe back Monday. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
There's Willie Griswold, and I remain Chick McGee at your service.
Oh, really? Thank you. Now, did your parents, they smoke different brands of cigarettes?
My father smoked Camel unfiltered, bad ass, and my mother smoked Viceroys forever.
Okay.
from the big, tall trash.
Did your dad ever take one of her Viceroys and rip the filter off? And
I saw him do that. Yeah, he would bite it off and then spit it out and then smoke it without the filter. He didn't like the filters. Yeah.
And then would your mom ever take his in desperate situations? And
there is a story. I don't know if I've told you guys this over the years that my dad tried to get my mom to smoke pot one night to try to get her to loosen up, and she got sick and vomited everywhere.
Oh.
Of course, my mother would vomit having pot. Of course she would. Yeah.
no, but your dad was quite the pothead. Eh?
I don't know if he's a pothead. Probably you could consider him that. Then he was a pothead, but he sold some. He smoked some. He would roll cigarettes. We'd watch laughing, and he'd roll his marijuana joint cigarettes right behind
This
him.
is just so amazing to you, isn't it? Like, you cannot imagine living that way.
It's fascinating.
I think it's got a little bit to do with the success of what we're doing right now. You and I are so basically genetically different.
Yeah.
I think it's probably got a little something to do with it.
My mom smoked Tareyton. I'd rather fight than switch ones.
Yeah.
And she quit smoking for a long time, and then she picked it back up, but she's quit for years. But she'll never forget, she was at a party one time, and she was on the phone. Imagine that. And she goes, "Give me a cigarette." And somebody handed her what she thought was a cigarette. She took a big hit, and it was a joint.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, I want to say in her 40s, 50s, and she was like, every time Tim Wilson used to do that song, she'd go, "That ain't no cigarette."
Wasn't a Marlboro.
That was when, every time he sang that song, I would think about that story my mom told. She goes, that wasn't a cigarette.
I keep thinking of your mom. I saw her at your daughter's going away party. I think I'm going to call her.
Are you?
Yeah,
Good luck with that.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that'd be good for the show.
Yeah, we're gonna do that wild thing. Yeah.
What are you going to do? Take her out, get some breadsticks?
I think I might. I think I might.
Enjoy that.
Maybe some breadsticks, some minestrone, and a cocktail.
And then
And then you know what I'm going to do, Willie? Never call her again.
Oh,
What about What about the
Break
wild
my
thing?
mom's
That's how the
heart.
players
We're going to
play,
do the wild
Christy.
thing. We're going to do the wild thing.
Chick, you should get into one-night stands at your age.
I don't know why I don't.
And every woman has to be over
Again?
60.
Oh, sorry. That's right. Just go nuts.
They don't have to be.
Oh, you'd be a stud at the nursing home.
That's what Willie keeps telling me.
Yeah.
And he's going to be hustling the idiots playing shuffleboard. You know, he's going to be walking over. I've never played this before. How do you use this thing? And then,
And then...
Do you know how to play shuffleboard?
No, but I could quickly learn.
Yeah,
I
that's
can stand for longer times than all those people. I bet.
That's for sure.
There's no way.
Now that you're all fixed up.
And then everybody I go out with, I make them disappear. What do you think about that?
Where'd
huh?
they go?
A whole new movie, right?
Well, that's scary. We had some
not bitter.
interesting cannabis news the last few days, and today's no exception.
Yeah.
We have a couple of really interesting stories in the world of cannabis, and I think coming up we'll also get that international cannabis news from yesterday because we have a nice song about that.
If only we had an introduction for international marijuana news.
Oh, of course we do, but it's not time for the story yet.
Oh, okay.
But when we get to it,
All right.
time now for international
it's not time.
not time right now. We'll get to it later. I just said
He
that.
wants to be a good employee. He wants to be right there, see?
We have a number of fascinating things happening in the world of news, including another arrest, a couple of unusual arrests. In one case, a guy driving one of those electric shopping carts.
Yeah.
They have at Walmart. A guy trying to flee on the freeway on one of those.
Is there anything that makes you laugh harder than you're in the grocery store? Do you see somebody in one of those electric carts running about $4 bills? Do you laugh at anything harder? Because I know how you feel about overweight people.
No, I just...
Willie, am I wrong on this?
I got to lose some weight myself.
Oh, look at Happy Humphrey here. Oh, your knees are shot. I wonder why.
Notice the cart's full of Diet Coke.
Of all the people that need to be walking,
Could
and
you
you're
not
using
park
a
in
cart.
front of the butter?
There we go.
I know. I was going to say take a step back from the butter.
I mean, I'd like a little of it. I'm a big fan, but where was I? Oh, we also have another great story. One of my favorite stories. We have another one in which a woman was arrested and she was hiding a pistol and meth in her vajayjay.
Tight.
Oh, God, I love those stories.
What is it, a carry-all? What's going on down there?
Especially, aren't those, what are those pants called with all the pockets?
Cargo.
They're making a big comeback, I understand.
Not for women.
You know,
so then it's okay for her to shove a gun in her vagina. Ma'am, it's not a holster.
If you're carrying a gun in a cargo short, you're going to see it. If you stick it up there, nobody's going to know you have one.
I can name several things that could go wrong.
You can't. I don't think you can whip it out in an emergency, though, could you?
That's true.
Yeah.
It's not like a holster on your ankle or something.
You know what the British call those bags? Those leather bags. They're holdalls. Have you seen my holdall? Yeah.
What now?
A holdall. Instead of putting it in the gun and the meth in her, she should put it in the holdall.
Like a purse?
Yeah, it's a leather valise. Yeah, hold.
But they don't refer to the vajayjay as the holdall.
No, that's
the way you said it.
fanny or something. No, that's your filthy mind.
Okay. Also coming up, we're going to hear a little bit of this. This is fascinating because NBA finals are up and running.
Yeah, Game 6 tonight.
And who knows more about basketball than this guy?
Dr. James A. Naismith, the inventor of basketball. Dr. Naismith, how did you happen to invent basketball?
Well, Mr. Heater, in the winter of 1891.
Okay, now does that Wally Cox?
If this Wally Cox. This is not real, because if you were going to make I wonder what it sounded like. This is what you'd say it sounded like, and by God, it does sound like that.
This is nuts. This is the guy
at a Young Men's Christian Association in Boston, Massachusetts.
That's where men kiss women, and
they say Massachusetts weird and old time stuff. You ever notice that? Massachusetts.
We'll get to Dr. Naismith coming up, and other delights. We've got a missing species that they thought was extinct that they have found.
I didn't know about it, so we probably didn't need it anyway.
We got a really cool story. We've been talking jet skis because it's the jet ski season.
Right.
We got a guy that was arrested on a jet ski fleeing to Cuba.
That's a good idea.
What is that, 80 miles?
And he had, I guess he'd modified the jet ski and had extra gasoline, and I don't know. That would.
Why
be
would you want to go to Cuba?
Well, allegedly, isn't he going
the wrong way?
Aren't you on record the more creative and the boat?
I think that people fleeing Cuba. That they sometimes have very creative rafts. I think that you just send a team of judges out there like American Idol, and hey, this raft, let these people in. They've got a lot of artistic value. Come on to the USA. We want some more fine citizens like you.
This '57 Chevy pickup. Look at it. It's great.
I've seen. Yeah, sometimes they'll modify a car into a raft. Hey, come on, that kind of creativity. We need that in America. Right now, I want to give you a really great suggestion. Look at this. I got a stack of these letters here. I'll read one at random. It's called Goodrx. What am I talking about? Well, Goodrx is a free app. You can save huge amounts of money on your pharmaceutical purchases when you go to the drugstore. Here we go. Good morning, guys. I listen to your show every day. This is from Mr. We'll call him MM. He goes, I have one prescription, cost me $95 a month. Listen to you guys, checked out GoodRx. It now only costs me $20 a month. Thank you, GoodRx. This one was $600 a month from Chris. He's now paying $74 a month thanks to GoodRx. What is GoodRx, Christy?
Oh, GoodRx is a wonderful service that checks over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide to find you the best price, discounts of up to 80%. Don't believe me? It's recommended by doctors, pharmacists, and over 24 million people who have used GoodRx just last year alone to save on their medications. You can too. It's easy. Simple, smart savings on your prescriptions are just a click away. Check out GoodRx. Go to goodrx.com/Tom. That's goodrx.com/Tom.
GoodRx is not insurance, but it can be used in place of insurance, Medicare and Medicaid. In 2021, GoodRx users saved up to 80% on retail prescription prices. Give it a shot. It's free. GoodRx.com/Tom. Coming up, we have a sad death in the world of computer technology. Not a person, just a thing. It's all happening. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Hey, good morning. It is Thursday, June 16th. Josh is out again today, recovering from the COVID. But Jeff Oskey sitting in there at the sidekick chair, so that's always fun. Al Jackson on the way as well with a quiz for Tom, trying to get him a little more hip, street, urban, however you want to phrase it. Always difficult, but always fun. Al Jackson, when not on with us, is the co-host of the nationally syndicated daytime talk show Daily Blast Live. Perhaps in your television market, check him out on the TV. but you can check him out here on the radio later this morning, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom Entertainment News Desk. Looks like there will be no shortage of top-notch musicians taking the stage for a pair of concerts to honor late Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins. Among those slated to perform, Miley Cyrus, Liam Gallagher, Joan Jett, Mark Ronson, members of Queen, The Police, Rush, Kiss, The Pretenders, Motley Crue, Queens of the Stone Age, Rage Against the Machine, Red Hot Chili Peppers, comedian Dave Chappelle. You get the idea. The shows are going to take place September 3rd at Wembley Stadium in London and September 27th at the Kia Forum in Inglewood, California. Both will help charities chosen by Hawkins' family. Hawkins died March 25th during a South American tour with the band. He was only 50. And Dolly Parton is donating $1 million to help fight diseases that hit children hard. The country music icon is giving that money to Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville. The hospital says the money will go for research into pediatric infectious diseases. The new gift is one of several Parton has made to the center over the years. In 2020, she made a $1 million gift for COVID vaccine research. In a news release, Parton declared, quote, "No child should ever have to suffer." And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
And I'm not stupid. I know there's more to life than just sex. It's just none of those other things feel as good as sex. I mean, I love cookies.
Oh, yeah.
But if I do not have access to cookies, I will not rent a movie and watch two other people eat cookies.
Perfect strangers and eating cookies. No.
Nothing.
No.
How do you not think about sex? Everything on TV, sex, you know, all the commercials, very beautiful women in all the commercials now. Doesn't even matter what the product is. It's just very sexual.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finally have sex, and it's kind of disappointing.
Mm.
Where's my Sprite, my new car? That's why I think women should have shelves next to their bed filled with prizes, depending on how well you did. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Like they do at the carnival.
Sure.
That's they have something to shoot for, you know.
Are you going to take anything on that?
Right. I'm going to go for the Van Halen mirror tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
They have everything to try to make people want to do yoga because it sucks. Like, no one wants to do it. Don't bring your snakes. Don't bring your goats. Just stop doing it.
I have yoga with my snake 2 times a week.
Have you ever tried doing yoga?
Yeah, I used to co-own a yoga studio.
That's my favorite, Jeff. Fun fact.
This sounds like a financial waterfall.
Oh, yeah.
What's the joke?
Of course, we didn't have goats, so no wonder it failed.
Bob and Tom mornings and highlights replayed all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
There are some things you don't want to say to a naked guy. There are things you never say when a man is nude.
I didn't mean to laugh.
There are some things you don't want to say to a naked guy.
Can you help me find it?
There are things you never say to a naked dude.
Does that thing come with an air pump?
I thought you said you had small pox.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
But your feet are so big.
Aw, that's cute.
Hang on, I'll get my tweezers.
Oh, it's like a little light switch.
For a second there, I thought you had a third nipple.
I didn't know they could be innies.
Well, this explains your big car.
You don't want to say to a naked guy.
Wow, Your boobs are bigger than mine.
Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
In the performance room, ready to go. Song of break, right? Is that today?
Song of break.
Song of break, Daddy. Huh?
Sure.
All right. There's Jeff Oskey.
Hey.
In for the vacationing Josh Arnold. He, of course, has his lake house is on Cheddar Bay. I think you guys know that.
Oh, yes.
There's Ace Cosby. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
We have a lot to get to today, but before we do, you had an unusual story the other day. I looked this up. Yeah, this really bothers me. It says the smell of your freshly cut lawn is the grass screaming.
No, it said the grass is in trauma. It's not the grass is screaming.
I'm reading the headline here from Technology News. The headline is as follows, verbatim. The smell of your freshly cut lawn is grass screaming to warn other plants that are under attack.
See, my boys at Mental Floss had a much better headline than that.
Well,
but it's not actually screaming because they don't have mouths, okay?
This is biologist Andre Kessler from Cornell University.
He's smooth as silk.
Plants scream when they're under attack to warn other plants they're in danger, according to scientists.
There you go. See?
I'm somewhat skeptical.
Their scream is an odor, that grass, fresh cut grass smell that we have, and they have candles for that and all sorts of things. That is actually the grass and trauma. Yeah.
Isn't this applying a human?
No, that's what you're
quality
doing. They're
to-
scientists. They did a study.
This guy studied plants for years, and you're like, nope, you don't know what you're talking about.
You think guys that do that, like guys in laboratories and research doctors, do they have little politics in the office? Well, you know, Stephanie stole my Bunsen burner and she hasn't given it back.
Oh, yeah.
That has to go on, right? Like everything's like a kindergarten,
And
nobody gets
there have
along.
been huge scams in the world of science.
What?
Oh yeah, to get a grant,
Huge.
to get grants and stuff. Sure. Oh,
Wasn't there the famous, was it Piltdown Man or something, or one of the
the fake
they
link.
took the Java gorilla or something. There are a lot of frauds in the history of science.
Well,
I just
I
think
always wonder what you do when you study the same thing your whole life and then you find the answer. And then what do you do?
Well,
you
time
write
to
a
clock
book about
out.
it and cash in.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
you get into like whitewater rafting or something, or turquoise pressing,
Yeah.
or you just
how
move
about
to like the Southwest of America. I feel like
Is that
once
what?
you-
That's
once you
where all the
figure it out-
scientists go.
Oh yeah, and you
Okay.
have some green hatch chilies.
How about if what if
Oh,
you're
nice.
What if you're in? I know someone that was part of a scientific research study about a particular pharmaceutical and devoted her entire life to it, and then they found out that it didn't work. That'd be.
See, that would suck.
But that's part of the whole process. That's that's what you have to do in any event.
Well, I'm sure they have an HR department. Is my point. And I bet one
the
of
grass?
the research facilities.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
It's like any other job.
It's like any place with people.
I would think that there are a lot of great scientists who are also incredible jerks.
I asked Jeff to come over here and look at my results from this latest experiment, and he grabbed my leg. And I'd just like to file a complaint.
Right.
That's right.
I'm sure that happens every day.
They probably sneak into somebody's lunch and leave a heart in there, you know.
They would have to.
Practical jokes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I love stuff like that.
Like shoot liquid, what is that, nitrogen or whatever, freezes things instantly into their lockers and freeze everything.
Sure. The point I'm trying to make is you wanted to hear a song from Pat, and I'm somewhat skeptical about the grass screaming. But Pat, you said you have a song about cutting your lawn?
Yeah, it's called My Day Off. Please don't mow your grass on my day off. 'Cause I'm relaxing, smoking weed, and watching cops. I'm gonna jam out to Sting and that song about Nabokov. So please don't mow your grass on my day off. You can mow your grass on Tuesday through Sunday, but don't dare cut your lawn on a Monday. That's my earbuds in and lying in the Sunday. And like the Bangles said, my I don't have to run day. I'm gonna day drink on my day off. I'll make you a cocktail too, but it'll be a Molotov. I want to spend the day carefree, so don't stand so close to me. So please don't mow your grass, or I'm gonna have to kick your ass. So please don't mow your grass on my day off. And I like the smell.
Oh, very much. Yeah, I love the smell of grass being cut.
I do too.
Sure, everybody does.
But
But
I'm not going to let you ruin it by saying some quack says it's the
trauma.
grass screaming in pain. It's the
grass
same
is
thing
in
as
trauma.
cutting hair. Does your
cannot.
hair scream in pain?
Well, your hair doesn't smell when you cut it.
Well, somebody pointed out to me that
No, it doesn't.
Wait, you ever go to one of those places where they burn your hair off? It's disgusting.
Oh, my God. That's a whole different...
Yes.
the hair that's out of your head is dying. It's dead. That's why we can't feel it when they cut it. But if you pull it out by the roots where it's alive, that hurts.
Oh.
Chrissy, you ever been in a fight with another girl and pull her hair out
No, I'm not a fighter.
by the roots?
No.
Come here, bitch. You know, stuff like that.
Chick, you ever do the love hair pull, huh? You ever do one of them?
I don't like my hair pulled. Don't do that.
You don't like that?
No.
I've done a head scratch every now and then.
I'm a freaky weirdo, man. Pull my hair. My goodness.
I'll do a head scratch.
Little noogie.
Scratching your heads.
Well, look.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really good, you son of a gun.
Yesterday, I asked Christy if what's the farthest you would drive for a. Sometimes you're just in that mood. You hop in the car and you just drive as far as you can for something really unusual to eat. And I'll hop in the car and drive 40 minutes sometimes.
Well, we know you're crazy.
You drive an hour for a cup of coffee. That's right up at
Which is crazy.
right outside your door.
I can make coffee in my house.
Not this kind.
This is the man. He's too busy for TSA pre-check, but he has
Right.
45 minutes to go to Muncie for a cup of Joe.
I've said it a million times because when we first started this little dog and pony show, there wasn't any Starbucks. And then Starbucks started, and I thought, well, if there's one person that's not going to care for Starbucks, has his own coffee, it's Tom. There's no way he's going to, oh, my God.
I prefer the mom and pop places, but I will go to a Starbucks. This guy writes, I live in northwest Colorado, and there isn't a Burger King in our area. The nearest one is in Vernal, Utah. It's 2.5 hours away, and yes, I occasionally drive there for a double Whopper.
Wow.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You get that craving.
That sounds like a fat guy thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy's
There's a great Jimmy Buffett song where it's the one about
I like mine with ketchup and
No.
tomatoes.
That's not the one. Thank you for No, it's the one where his plane's getting shot at. They're on their way to Jamaica, I think, to get some chicken.
Oh, wow.
He's got a seaplane, and they mistake it for a drug thing.
Let me ask you this. Not now, but during the time, and Willie possibly could answer this more honestly, how far would you drive for a little sham?
On your show.
That's not our topic.
How far would you drive? I bet it's farther than food.
Oh, yeah.
Ironically enough, I've driven to Muncie.
So have I.
Me too.
Back in college, we used to drive all the way up. It was like an hour. And I know I only went to college a semester, but to go to White Castle because there wasn't one near the campus.
And there's a whole movie about driving to get,
Yeah, and
was it Coors?
Yeah, Smokey and the Bandit, sure.
Okay,
I lost my mind when London, Ohio got a burger chef finally, and we didn't have to go to Columbus, Ohio to
Yeah.
get,
Okay, listen to this. Chuck writes, I live in Charleston, South Carolina. It's more than 11 hours from Sycamore Drive-In in Logansport, Indiana, for the best custard I've ever had.
What?
What are you, 97? Who's driving that far for custard?
I'll tell you what, there is a custard place. It's just under 2 hours from here. I have driven there and back when I had to kill the day.
And Jeff,
and it was worth it.
To be fair, this custard guy, he is 97, excuse me, and it's only an 8-hour drive, but it just takes him 12 hours.
35 miles per hour.
He's going 30 on the highway.
Okay. This guy, this is from Kevin. He writes, I work for an airline. As an airline employee, I enjoy free flights on 3 very large major airlines. I can travel pretty much anywhere in the world for free or less than $100.
Well, look at you.
You know what this is like, Chick, because your daughter works for an airline.
Maybe.
A friend of mine here at the company once flew to Frankfurt, Germany.
For a hot dog.
An 8-hour overnight flight, had breakfast at his favorite cafe in the terminal, hop back on the same airplane to take the 8-hour journey back to the States.
Yikes.
I don't know if I'd do that.
Oh, man, that's fun.
Sounds like someone was having trouble at home.
Get the hell out of here. Yeah.
Yeah,
You son of a bitch.
I know someone that was part of a major recording project, I'll put it that way. And they sent an airplane to the greater Baltimore area to get some seafood.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the ultimate DoorDash. You know who I'm talking about.
Well, before the internet, people would drive. Is it Utz that has these crab flavored potato chips that are sold in Baltimore? Crab chips.
Wow.
Sounds
and people
right.
used to drive. People used to drive to go get those, but you can ship them to your
The
house
island's
now.
got the crabs in Florida.
Equestrian, right?
Yeah, the question.
You know, this is a sign of age. I mean, you sit around and you talk about what route you took.
Yeah.
When you get it, well, how'd you come? Well, and then.
Well, wasn't feeling good that day, but down in the back.
I went and got my grocery shopping. Of course, I go over here for my meat, and then I go down there for the cheese, and then I go over here for my liquor, and that's an old person, Tom.
Well, that's my favorite gag on SNL. They do that L.A. bit.
Oh, yeah.
Where everyone in Los Angeles, instead of talking when they meet each other, they talk about how they got there, and which freeway they took, and what back roads they were taking.
The 10, the 405 was
Okay. So, in any event, I just think it's something whatnot. Jeffrey, have you ever hopped in the car and driven an hour just to get some favorite snack?
No.
Really?
No. I've driven, like Willie, I've driven out of state for some sweet.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Sweet love, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask, how about this? What if the aforementioned conquest is living with you? Would you drive? Would you drive a significant distance to get her something to make her happy?
Oh, yeah. By all means.
Okay.
Of course.
Aw, you're so nice.
Within 2 hours.
Oh, so wait a second.
Now we have a time limit.
Now we're putting a limit.
I
on it.
love her, but I have stuff to do.
Not insane.
You love her, but you have grass to cut to get back to our.
How much hotter, how much longer driving? Do you get the question? Do you get what I'm asking you?
No, she's at 2 hours. She's hot. She's an A+, but 2 hours max. I don't care if you're Cindy Crawford or my girlfriend. 2 hours is all you're getting.
Okay. I wonder if there would be some kind of, if you could do a business like the ultimate version of DoorDash, where it would usually require an airplane for something.
I'm sure
so
if you got enough money, you could find
That's
it.
what I'm saying. I wonder if that would be a valid service for super rich people.
I think there used to be a service called Magic, and I could be wrong. I have to look this up. But it was called Magic, and you texted a phone number, and you just said what you wanted, and they would text you back a number, how much it cost, and they would do whatever you wanted for you.
Wow!
And it wasn't an app; it was just a number you texted. It was real kind of like a secret spy kind of thing almost. But yeah,
you're outing your drug dealer right now. Like that's not cool.
Either that or your station in life.
No, I'm telling you, this was a real thing.
Would they pay attention to me if I texted them back my ex-wife's head? Is that a thing they can do?
Here we go.
$72.99.
Lonnie writes, we used to drive from Lexington to Louisville for a special chicken salad.
Good chicken salad's hard to find.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Can't be too moist. I hate
But it can't be too dry.
That's why it's hard to find.
Exactly.
Much like your girlfriend.
Oh, wait a minute.
She's just moist enough, all right?
She's an A+ when it comes to moisture. We've established that.
What are you talking about?
Leave her alone.
Sounds dirty, though.
He brought her up.
I did not. Grapes or no grapes?
Grapes. I like
Chicken
grapes.
salad? Oh, grapes, raisins,
Grapes, nuts, I want it all.
Me
What?
too.
Oh, if Josh were here, he'd be throwing a fit.
Celery, nice and crisp.
Raisins,
celery.
all of it.
Josh
You want
hates the
celery
raisins.
and grapes?
Yeah.
You want the dried and the undried?
Darn right.
You criminal.
Raisins, oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'm a criminal, but
Good chicken salad. Now, there's probably a separate categories. How far would you drive for drugs? You've
Oh
got,
my gosh.
I mean, you've got the great Lou Reed song, "I'm Waiting for My Man."
Let's.
He just
this is just for
subway.
fun. This is just for fun. Let's try. See what we can have here in an hour.
It's probably not a pretty good idea to drive if you're going to be taking them once you.
Well, it's probably not a really good idea to broadcast about it.
But these are all valid questions.
Illegal.
You never break the law twice.
I'm
what
sure
did you
there are
tell me? That's not our topic.
Okay. Now, do you ever? Let's just say you're going from point A to point B. Do you ever go way out of your way? Because there's some great restaurant there. Like I know Josh loves that place where they have the throwed rolls.
Yeah.
The waiter says heave them. No,
I don't care about food that much. I mean, my stomach wouldn't tell you that, but yeah, why would no?
Oscar's one of those guys who he doesn't live to eat; he eats to live. He doesn't really.
Man, I wish I could be like that.
You know who told me that? Sitting in that exact chair.
Who?
At the time, his name was Bruce Jenner. We were talking with Bruce Jenner about. I said to Bruce,
Is there something you want to tell us, Jeff?
You know what? There are many moments like the morning we talked to Bill Cosby. I don't think there's any reason.
Bring it up.
We get far. You did this yesterday on a topic, and I won't go over it again, but we were way beyond it, and you insist on recalling it.
Bruce was great when he was here. We talked about his early days as an athlete.
Good for
and
him.
because I don't watch the Kardashian show, so I didn't care about any of that stuff. But we were talking about his athletic ability and his training, and I asked him about his food regimen, and he goes, "I don't really care about food. Doesn't interest me." And then, now you've just said the same thing.
My interest is stand-up comedy, and I have driven to Pennsylvania to see Bob Newhart.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
That's the longest out of the way for something.
I have flown to London, England to see Eric Clapton with Cream.
Well, thanks for one-upping me.
No, I'm just saying.
That's what conversation is to Tom. Normally, he calls his shot. Whoever he's talking to, they'll give them a thought.
Okay,
and they'll go, "I can top that."
Yeah.
What is the farthest you've ever gone to see a concert?
The farthest?
Yeah.
In high school, I went to see Richfield Coliseum in Cleveland, see Elton John, probably. That was the farthest.
A couple hours away?
Yeah, 2.5, 3, yeah.
Okay. Christy, you've done some exotic. Didn't you fly to Los Angeles for some show?
Bob did. Remember, he flew to Los Angeles to see Paul McCartney. I mean, I've flown to shows, but that's a whole different. That's a different category.
There are other men involved.
Yeah.
Has anybody eaten anything?
Well, there was no charge, but there was a business transaction. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hey.
Does the IRS recognize that?
I don't know. How far have we gone? Ace has gone on a lot of those tours with concerts with me. Nashville. Huh?
That we've gone?
Yeah. Detroit? I don't know. We've gone to a lot.
Don't give Ace these thinking problems. Give it to him. Give him 20 minutes to
I went an hour and a half to see Pearl Jam, like in the 90s.
Hour and a half?
Yeah, that's not big, is it? No.
Oh, wait a minute.
No.
I went to Hawaii to see Pearl Jam.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
You
that
stayed?
just skipped your mind?
Didn't you stay in a lovely hotel?
Oh, for an hour.
Once again, that's not our topic.
They had cockroaches, Tom. You could ride them and rope them. It was amazing.
How far have you gone?
I was pregnant. I was not happy to be there. Let's just say that.
Oh, I wish we had audio of that. This chair's too hard. Where I can't see. Where's my mom?
Right now, let's. If you want to go someplace, say you want to drive 3 hours to get good custard. Oh yeah, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
You want to make sure that car is running, that truck is running. How do you do that? Well, that's where our friends at Napa Auto Parts come in. You talk about responsible, nice, intelligent people that know what they're doing behind the counter. That's Napa. They've got what we call Napa know-how. They want to keep that truck moving, keep that car moving. You know how they do it? They have more than 500,000 quality auto parts. So Napa's going to have what you need. When it comes to serving you in your car and your truck, Napa's Motor never quits. They've got Napa know-how. By the way, how about this? They've got a special thing going on. If you need a part fast, curbside pickup or next-day delivery. Curbside pickup, of course, available at participating Napa Auto Parts stores with in-stock items. Only get the details by calling them up or go to NapaOnline.com. We got a lot going on today, including, like I said, jet skis in the news again, of all random things. Also, parents, good news. It's really good for your kids to do chores. We're going to tell you the scientific reason why. Also, a lot of cannabis news, and, of course, the lady who hid the pistol in her vajayjay. Lucky that thing didn't go off. That would That would be a mess. We'll find out what happened. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Keep us with you at all times. Get the Bob and Tom app now at your app store. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
So, Nick, let's start with the basics. Are you a married guy?
No, I just got divorced.
Sorry to hear about that.
It's okay. Lots of people get divorced. Einstein got divorced.
He did?
Yeah, did you know that? Albert Einstein, arguably the most intelligent man who ever lived, got divorced. They should tell you that before you get married. It shouldn't be, do you love her? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with her? It should be, do you think you're smarter than Einstein?
Oh, so you're dating then?
I guess. You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to say I love you anymore. I hate that first I love you. That's the worst. First time you ever tell a woman you love her. If they like you, they want to hear it. And when they hear it that first time, something comes over them. You know, their eyes get all wide and get that diabolical grin on their face. You can almost feel them saying, excellent. Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
That's right. And for everything Bob and Tom, check out one spot, bobandtom.com. Pretty simple to remember, pretty easy to put in your web browser, and then hit favorite. And that way, we can always be there right in your bookmarks. Boom, bobandtom.com. All the latest highlights, news, information. You can see Pat Godwin singing a song with his guitar. There's Ace Cosby telling a joke of the day. My gosh, it's the Bob and Tom Show puppet. Smack Tom, all right there at bobandtom.com. And, of course, much, much more. Check it out today, won't you? It is Thursday, June 16th. Al Jackson coming up. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Asian shares mixed after the Federal Reserve raised its key interest rate by 0.75 of a point and signaled more rate hikes coming to fight inflation. Wall Street rallied after the Fed's hike, the biggest since 1994. Investors took heart from Chair Jerome Powell's comments suggesting future increases may be more modest. The Bank of Japan holding a two-day policy meeting beginning today. The Japanese central bank under pressure to act given downward pressures on the yen from U.S. rate hikes and super low rates in Japan. Investors have been selling yen and buying dollars. Meanwhile, Brazilian authorities say a fisherman has confessed to killing a British journalist and an indigenous expert in the remote Amazon. They've taken police to a site where human remains were found. An apparent breakthrough in the 10-day search for the pair. Authorities said Wednesday night they expected to make more arrests soon in the case of freelance reporter Dom Phillips and Bruno Pereira of Brazil, who disappeared on June 5th. Federal police investigator says the fisherman who had been the prime suspect confessed Tuesday night and detailed what happened to the pair. Investigators says Eduardo Alexander Fontes says Amaraldo da Costa de Oliveira told officers he used a firearm to kill the pair and that led them deep into the forest to the spot where he buried the bodies. That's a look at things you may have missed and a mystery solved. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Here it comes. Here it comes. It's no fun. I got to run. Here comes the COVID-19 shutdown.
Bob and Tom mornings and highlights replayed all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Essential morning radio all day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Can you tell us about Hawaii? I get very confused over there, and I'm always trying to read signs, because all they have are vowels. You read signs, and some signs, they have an arrow that says E-I-E-I-O. Yeah, come on, where is that going to go? And
Obviously, to a pineapple farm.
Yeah, what is that? And I'm always trying to, I'm trying to impress. I was with this girl, and I'm trying to impress her about how much I know about Hawaii. This is my second time there, and I'm like, I go, oh, now look here. This is the I-I-I-Pu'u lo o-o-k-a-uti. And she said, that's lookout, you idiot. I guess I'm a little used to read these signs around here.
I see.
And
Fascinating.
They have two airports on the island of Maui, and one is called like Hili Wili Puli, and then they call the other one Wili Wili Pali, and then I go to the wrong one, and I'm the idiot. You're supposed to be Hili Wili Puli, not Wili Wili Pali. They're going to be an hour and a half apart. They shouldn't sound exactly the same. Not Hili Wili Puli, Wili Wili Pali. I have a theory, and I think everything in Hawaii was named by Mel Tillis in a hurry, is what happened. They just brought Mel over. Mel, what'd you call that? Okay, come on over here. Pie. Mel, what would you call that big, beautiful bird? Well, yeah, that's good. That's the I bird.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Are you a single guy? I used to be married, but I'm divorced now. Yeah, my marriage wasn't working out. I was driving down the road one day, and my wife ripped the rear view mirror out of the windshield and beat me in the head with it.
What?
You'd have thought nobody had ever made love to her sister. She was just as bad. Yeah. She used to brag, I can count the number of men I've been to bed with on one hand, and then she'd do it too. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing?
It's Friday night, if you please.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
Jeff Oskey in for Josh Arnold, who has just a touch of the COVID.
Get better, Joshy.
Well,
a smidge of the COVID.
Not the only one.
Yeah, he's not.
You hear who's got the COVID?
Who? I think I did, yeah.
Fauci.
Oh, right. Dr. Fauci's got it. That's the last time he'll go fishing with the Arnold brothers.
Yeah.
I bet that was something. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline. There's Willie Griswold. I'm Chick McGee, and here's our leader.
Maybe Fauci saw Greg Warren in Syracuse, New York. Maybe that's where he got it.
Has Warren had it like twice?
I think so, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, this weekend, we're talking about being on the road for stuff. This weekend, a special show. I got a message from some folks from Missouri.
Show me.
Driving a long way to check out a special benefit we're doing this Friday night. You can get information about that by going to the Bob and Tom website. We're trying to raise some money to send some kids to summer camp.
There's somebody coming from Missouri to see us tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Well, they've got to get a hobby. That's sad.
Yeah, well,
oh my gosh.
It was a Father's Day gift, so it's a nice
Well,
present.
we got to meet this guy.
But while I'm at it, Donnie Baker is going to be doing something a week, not this weekend, but next weekend. Donnie Baker with Willie and Jeff Oskey, Jonesboro, Arkansas, Saturday, June 25th at the Embassy Suites in Jonesboro. Details at eagle1005.com. I guess, dot something. They ran out of ink after the dot.
On the drive down there, in the car, Jeff and I are going to do a 7.5-hour podcast about fantasy football. So he's really excited about it. I'm really excited about it.
Looking forward to it.
What do you say, Chick? Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey. That's the first hour.
I'm going to go JT.
Okay.
You got to.
But then also, while I'm at it, Willie and Jeff Oskey are going to be in Lexington, Kentucky this Saturday night at the Pivot Brewing Company with David Brooks
for the mouth party.
And we have been told that the reservations on Facebook aren't going to be honored, so try to show up early if you can. I do not know. This is a nightmare. We should have made it not free.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay,
sounds like a fist fight.
Willie taking charge.
Sounds like
here's a letter for Tom and me and all of us here, sort of. That's right, Chick. it starts. I am the flasher parking king.
Oh, boy.
You know, I love to flasher park. You just pull up, hit your flashers, run in, conduct commerce, come back out, get your car and drive away. But he is a flasher parker all day because he's a UPS delivery driver. He gets to park wherever the hell he wants to. And he's working out of Petoskey, Michigan.
All right.
Our center delivers from Mackinac City to Torch Lake. Using the Bob and Tom app, I enjoy listening to the playback of the show on my Raycon earbuds. Wow. While delivering HelloFresh.
Whoa.
And for Tom, I've been delivering to Camp Hayawentha this week.
Camp Hayawentha on Torch Lake. It's a beautiful place.
And there is a picture attached, although he didn't really fuss too much with the picture. Could be any camp. It's just a roadside trees.
That's a great picture.
And a sign that says Camp Hayawentha.
The man's working, chick. He's thinking of us at the show.
Get out. Go get a picture of the counselors, the lake, the kayaks. Come on.
No, the lake could be any lake. This man is doing the right thing.
This says YMCA Camp Hayawentha.
Torch Lake.
Summer entrance. Dow Building. Don Bright Lodge.
Okay, just stop reading, okay?
Drury House.
Nothing is more boring when you just start reading your computer, having not proofread it.
Did you not love the fact that it...
Yeah, but that was the point was the guy, that's my old camp. We're raising some money this weekend to send some kids to another camp, but it'll be fun. Like I said, details are at bobandtom.com. We've been talking about how far you drive for something. You mentioned White Castle, Christy.
Yes.
That's apparently a lot of folks that don't live near a White Castle will do just that. Got a nice letter from Mike, who drives more than an hour to get to a White Castle. Then a lot of these get really exotic, where people will drive to get fresh lobster, et cetera, et cetera. Here's a guy, he writes, I once did a 2-day trip from Iowa to San Diego to pick up beef ribs.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. See, Jeff, you don't have enough. I would think you'd want something that much. It's about the journey, Jeff.
Right.
It's not necessarily the destination.
I think Steven Tyler told us that.
This guy writes, I was stationed in South Carolina. I left Thursday night to drive 17 and a half hours to Twin Lakes, Wisconsin to eat ribs at Mad Dan's.
Man, ribs are popular.
Slept Friday night, drove back Saturday morning, made it just in time for a nap on Sunday to be at work at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Wow.
How about
There you go.
Because of hearing it on your show and learning that Rax was still in operation, my husband and I drove to Circleville, Ohio to eat at Rax for lunch.
Yes!
Already planning our next road trip.
Circleville, Ohio. They call it Round Town, home of the pumpkin show. That's in my neighborhood. That's right. Oh, yeah. Love Circleville.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. We really haven't gotten to any sports yet. I know we have some interesting news coming up about squirrels in the news.
We had the first game of the Stanley Cup, Tom.
Stanley, give me that cup.
Andrei Burakovsky scored with 1:23 into overtime, and the Colorado Avalanche, they call them the Avs, opened the Stanley Cup final 4-3 win over the two-time defending champion Tampa Bay Lightning. Last night, Burakovsky ended it after the Avalanche failed to score on a power play that began late in regulation. Three-time champ Patrick Maroon, what a gullible, what a maroon, put the puck over the glass. The game likely wouldn't have even reached overtime if not for big penalty kills by the Avalanche. So, game one.
Okay, real quick, I got another listener driving for something. Here we go.
Yeah, this is Rick. When I used to live in New Mexico, I drive from Rio Rancho, New Mexico, down to San Antonio, New Mexico for green chili cheeseburgers. And that was 140 miles one way.
Wow.
So a 280-mile round trip for a green chili cheeseburger.
See, there you go.
And that's amazing because Rio Rancho is right by Albuquerque. Because I used to live over there. They have green chili cheeseburgers everywhere. It must have been a really special green chili cheeseburger.
They've got coffee everywhere.
That's true.
But they don't
by
have
the way,
they don't have the coffee that I love.
I don't want to embarrass Christy, but I'm pretty sure it's Albuquerque.
No.
Gotta hit that cue.
I mean, look at it.
We were in Tucson recently, and my boyfriend had a margarita that he loved so much that he actually Googled how far it was. It was a 24-hour drive.
Whoa.
And he said, it's almost worth it.
It's the journey. It's an adventure. Okay,
Yeah.
Here's one real quick. I got to get this one in real quick.
Man.
There's a payoff here. Trust me. This guy writes, this is from Peter. He writes, my wife and I once drove to Chicago from Delta, Ohio on a whim to get the Al Roker burger. We ate lunch and drove back. 8-hour round trip.
The Al Roker burger used to be really good, but now it's just so small.
Yeah, it's half the size of
Yeah,
the
gigantic.
Well,
sandwich.
we can't mention Al Roker without a little bit of Tim Kavanaugh when he celebrates Al Roker's birthday every year.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my favorite moments. Here it is.
NBC meteorologist Al Roker is 61 at the airport, 61 downtown, 61 in the outlying areas.
Bravo.
So good.
That goes back. Mr. Roker's now probably 7.
Oh, Bob, at least.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Al. Coming up, we might squeeze in some more sports. I really am enjoying these adventures to go get food or whatever. But we'd love to hear from you about that. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Get the Bob and Tom app, and you can leave us messages. It's very cool. We'd love to hear from you. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For Father's Day, give Dad total access to the entire Bob and Tom library. Give Dad a membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Greg Warren, former state champion wrestler. You're the son of a wrestling coach. Now, I assume your dad was also your wrestling coach. Is that correct?
Yes, he was. He was a high school wrestling coach, so I wrestled, and my mom was into music, so I played the clarinet in the band, which they made fun of me, especially the guys on the wrestling team, especially my best friend, Huey Baker. He was a black guy. He's one of those guys that would just get a hold of something and never shut up. And look at Greg, man. Greg played a flute. It's a clarinet, Huey. It's a flute, Greg. You a flute man. Look at little flute man, Greg. Flute your flute, Greg. Little flute man, Greg. He'll be on the bus going to a match. He'll be real quiet, and all of a sudden you hear, hop, 2, 3, 4. What the hell we fighting for? Flute man. It's embarrassing when you're out there wrestling and you hear, hit him with your flute, Greg.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hope you're having a great Thursday morning. Had a text with Josh yesterday. He's doing much better, resting and recuperating, feeling better. Actually, we had a Zoom call yesterday after the show for a little personnel meeting. And there was Josh on the Zoom, and my gosh, there was Josh's new cat, Gravy, jumping up there behind him. So cute, so nice to see Josh doing better. And, of course, he'll be back as soon as possible. Thanks to Jeff Oskey for filling in this week in the sidekick chair. Al Jackson on the way as well on a Thursday. We're all doing fine. Hope you are as well. Glad you're here with us as we roll through a Thursday morning together right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom News Desk. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has pledged to do whatever it takes to curb inflation. With that said, it could mean a recession. A worse than expected inflation report for May helped spur the Fed to raise its benchmark interest rate by 0.75 of a point yesterday and to signal that more large rate hikes are coming. Economic history suggests that aggressive growth-killing rate hikes could be necessary to finally control inflation. Typically, if you took any economics in school, that's a prescription for a recession. And French President Emmanuel Macron, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, and Italian Premier Mario Draghi have arrived in Kiev. The European leaders are expected to meet with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky as they prepare for a key European Union Leaders Summit in Brussels next week, and then the June 29th through 30th NATO Summit in Madrid. The National Highway Safety Administration reports there have been nearly 400 crashes over a 10-month period involving vehicles with partially automated driving systems. Of that number, 273 of them involved Tesla. The tally comes after the feds ordered U.S. car makers to report crashes involving vehicles with self-driving technology between July of last year and May 15th of this year. Those numbers, though, should not be used to compare automakers, since the stats really don't take into account how many vehicles from each car maker are on the road and how many miles those vehicles have been driven. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's Dan Greeter. Dan,
Good morning.
Dan, how are you?
Good.
Dan, first off,
Yes.
You're from Cleveland, but you went to school
At Ohio State.
How'd that go?
Columbus. I loved it there. I'm a big football fan. I love college football. You know, we should have a college football team. I was in Boston a couple months ago. I was turning around, I went down to Cambridge. You know, I was walking the Harvard campus there, you know, pretending. And, and it dawned on me, Harvard, they didn't put anybody good in football, do they, Harvard, huh? Ivy League, bunch of wimps. That Big Ten, you know, Pac-10's big business. You got the football program. You know, people may take a class or two.
Right.
You know, as a Harvard, you get the school football game might break out on the weekend. I think if Harvard ever played like Ohio State in football, the play-by-play be something like, and Harvard's quarterback is dropped behind the line again for loss of 40. Harvard's man there, of course, is Chad Omhurst. Chad is an academic All-American at Harvard, majored in physics with a minor in mathematics. And Bob, they tell me he's actually graduating a year early. And he's not going anywhere right now because he was flattened by Big Moose McCauley. Moose is a sixth-year redshirt freshman, majoring in scuba diving. And Bob, there's a nice shot in the stands of his wife and 5 kids. Yeah. He drives a Lexus.
For Father's Day, give Dad total access to the entire Bob and Tom library. Give Dad a membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com.
Comedian Dave Dugan. Dave Dugan joins us in the studio.
David Dugan.
My formal name.
You sound like a Grand Wizard. David Dugan, Grand Wizard. Stop.
You have a couple young children.
A couple young kids. Raising kids at that age is sort of like being hazed into a fraternity.
Yeah.
There was like a 2-minute time period the other day when I changed a dirty diaper, picked up grounded up fruit chews out of the carpet while chocolate milk was being spilled down my back. Geez, if I could pants myself, I'd be a Fidel right now.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom.
Tim Brown's great.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Well, howdy, chick.
Howdy there, ma'am. Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
I said howdy.
Hey, we
You never heard that before?
Let's do an Old West show. You know, the Old West is real hot right now. Yellowstone, 1883.
Oh, wet.
She's got her in the Conestoga wagon.
Yes, he got her in a Conestoga wagon. That's what I think of when I think of the Old West.
Tom, seriously.
I think they did that.
Blame it's on me. It's him.
You know what he does?
Blame it on, it's not
You know
me.
what he does?
It's him.
No, we get off the air and I go, what are you doing? He goes, edgy. That's all he says. Edgy. Hi, Jeff Oskey.
What's up, buddy?
He's here for Josh Arnold. There's Ace Cosby.
Wow.
Man,
Wow
the
is
track
right.
phone, hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
Chick McGee. And
Jesse writes, I drive 45 minutes each way once a month just to get the Olive Burgers in Sturgis, Michigan. There you go.
Olive burgers.
I had forgotten. My son texted me and reminded me. We drove an hour and a half to a burger place that he saw on Diners, Drives, and or whatever that's called.
Triple D.
Yeah, we drove to. It was called Triple X and had burgers and root beer.
Oh, my daughter lives right next door.
Oh, yeah. Off 65. Yeah, I know exactly where that is.
Yeah, so we took a drive up there.
It's called Triple X, and it's a burger
Triple
place?
X, and it's a burger place, and it's got
I bet they get a lot of
breakfast
very confused truckers in there. What the hell?
yeah, Beavis' bedroom looks right on top of their roof.
Oh, nice.
on any of those.
Sounds like a nice place. Anyway,
if you are a guy that travels a lot and you're looking for good food, I found that kind of just a hack is typing in Triple D into your Google Maps, and it pops up with all the restaurants that have that in their Yelp reviews because Guy was there. It is such a good hack to find good food.
His hair drives me crazy.
Guy Fieri?
But that he's got a ghost kitchen or whatever, and you can DoorDash it here, and it's good food. Man.
He's a weirdo with hair from the future, but the man's a genius.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's always helping out people when they're in trouble.
Dear funniest morning radio show people in America.
Oh, nice.
How are we going to get that across the street to those other guys?
And they were getting somebody else's mail. I drive 2 hours to go to Jungle Gyms in Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
Can you blame me? Well, we certainly can't. We were thinking about Jungle Gyms because they had like
they have everything.
Aardvark balls or something.
Yeah.
It's,
no, ostrich eggs. Isn't that what we were going to get there?
Ostrich eggs. It's
Here's a guy, transplanted from Pittsburgh to Cincinnati. He used to drive for, I'm going to get this wrong. Is it Primanti Brothers Sandwiches?
Yeah.
It's pronounced in an odd way. It's in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
He goes, I would drive 5.5 hours there and back just for one of these sandwiches. He goes, I encourage Willie to Google them. They're worth every minute of the drive.
Oh.
Maybe you guys should put together, wait a second, this might be a good idea. Put together a tour exclusively based on where you get to eat.
Oh, I know. For Lexington, we're going to go to West 6 Brewing, and we're going to go to Winchell's for a breakfast sandwich. It's got 3 kinds of pork on it. It's absolutely
Winchell's
insane.
is great.
Maybe like a breakfast tour.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Where you go to really great breakfast. You do the show on a Saturdays. Sunday morning, everybody meet at so-and-so's for breakfast.
That'd be great.
That'd be fun.
I can't believe you already know what you're having for breakfast on Sunday.
But
you fat son of a bitch.
Why do you think I work in the Commonwealth of Kentucky so much,
How
pal?
in God's name don't you weigh 350?
It's
I
crazy.
don't get
I want to go up to 3 bills.
How do you do that?
It's a lot. You know, you work out 20 minutes a day. You know, you have a little bit of fun,
No, I mean,
though.
just thinking about.
I love it. And then I want to go to Wallace Station and buy beautiful Frankfort, Kentucky on the way down.
Oh, my goodness.
I love the people and the food in Kentucky. They have these smoked wings at West 6, you guys. They smoke them and then they
So
put
seriously,
the sauce
Willie,
on
the
them.
only
They
reason
toss
you're
it.
doing stand-up is so you can eat at different places.
That's where he gets to sit down.
It's the food
on the
before
table.
the show and the drink tickets.
Jeff sent this on Twitter. I used to drive a 4-hour round trip from Melbourne, Florida to Fort Lauderdale to get Skyline chili.
Oh.
Now I plan work trips to go through cities with Skyline locations. Like next week, I'm in Huntington, West Virginia via Columbus, Ohio. He loves the Skyline.
Hey, Chris.
Now, I can't really read much of this, but this guy is associated with a great American establishment in the United States military. Put it that way. I guess some of these pilots...
You know, this makes it sound worse than what it really is.
Yeah, I guess apparently some of these pilots managed to take some very interesting trips in order to, when they get to the airport, have some very fine food delivered to them, and then they fly it back. So, hey.
Oh, nice.
You got to practice. You got to keep the planes running. You got to know what you're doing.
Isn't that a scene in MASH where they want to get like some sort of sandwich all the way?
Adam's Ribs in Chicago. Hawkeye Pierce wants them. The sauce is to die for, he says.
Do they get him?
Oh, yeah, finally. Yeah, coleslaw. And then somebody asked him, he doesn't order the coleslaw because it's going to take like 4 days because he's in Korea. You didn't order the coleslaw? What the hell's wrong with you? Adam's Ribs in Chicago. It was a make-believe place.
Now, let's move forward again. Once again, we have to dip our toes into the world of sports. What's happening?
Have to. Real quick, Colorado Avalanche take the first game of the Stanley Cup. 4-3 win over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Game 6 tonight in Boston between the Dubs and Boston Celtics. Golden State has a 3-2 lead in that one. Tyler Anderson of the Los Angeles Dodgers lost his no-hit bid in the ninth. He gave up a 1-out triple to Shohei Ohtani, Tom's Baseball Player of the Year, in a 4-1 victory over the Los Angeles Angels.
I got a couple more here.
And am I know
You were talking, yeah.
You were talking. It was just so boring.
I recognize.
I started reading.
I tried to earlier, too. It's one of those mornings.
Yeah.
Let him go.
I live in Lafayette, Indiana.
Well,
writes
congratulations.
Tony.
Back to the...
I drive, let's see, from Knoxville. On occasion, I'll drive the 6.5 hours for Arnie's Pizza.
Meet
the
you
best.
at Arnie's.
Is that what that is?
I think, yeah.
How about this guy? He goes, I drove 7 hours to see you idiots in Dallas a few years ago. Best trip ever.
Oh, nice.
Thanks, Michael. We certainly appreciate that.
You got to be careful going to Dallas. Don't ride in a convertible. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You ever been to Dealey Plaza?
I know. He could make the shot.
It's an easy shot. You could have made it, Christy. It's an easy
You
shot.
never seen me shoot a gun. I might be a great markswoman.
No, you wouldn't have to be. It's such an easy shot.
Aaron Judge, Tom.
Here come the judge.
He hit his major league leading 25th Tater home run. And the New York Yankees beat Tampa Bay by a score of 4-3. Way to go. In the NFL, one note, the Colts starting quarterback, Khari Willis, has decided to retire so he can pursue a career in the ministry. He made the announcement on a Twitter post. Khari Willis, Khariwi.
Cornerback, not quarterback.
Safety.
Safety. Yes.
I thought you said quarterback.
Yeah.
No, cornerback or
Cornerback,
safety.
yeah.
The move came as a surprise to many. Team officials seem to have a little bit of a heads up. He was considering a retirement when they excused him from this month's 3-day mandatory.
Well, to go back one story, I've got the audio.
From
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
That audio is objectionable.
We went back for that?
Yeah, we did, Pat.
Here comes the judge.
Please. Do you have a judge song?
No, I don't.
You have a
right one.
Quick.
Well, I tell you what, we
Judge, Budge, Fudge. Oh.
we had an interesting news story the other day.
Time now for international weed news.
We had a fascinating story about the United States of America has not legalized marijuana nationally.
Right.
Some states have. It's very confusing, whatever 20-some states have. But Germany is looking at legalizing cannabis.
Recreational cannabis.
Yeah,
even.
so this is a very big deal. And I know, Pat, you've got a little tune about this.
80 years ago, if this was illegal.
So you're saying if cannabis had been legal 80 years ago in Germany, this would have happened?
Yes, pleased to meet you. Won't you guess my name? I was going to invade Poland until I got high. I was going to get those tanks rolling, but I got high. Oh, I just sat there in the war room laughing, and I know why. Because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. I was going to speak at a rally before I got high. I was going to pound my fist and scream before I got high. Oh. Now I'm just going to lay around the bunker, and I know why. Because I got high, no more Sig Heil. Because I got high. Let's cause this whole war off. What do you say? I'm feeling buzz.
Peace, brother. Wouldn't that have been a different world? See, we could have prevented all that horrible stuff.
Yeah.
And a nice tribute to Afro Man.
Afro Man, yeah.
You don't get you don't hear much about Afro Man these days.
No.
He's great.
Who knows what fast food place he's working at?
Oh, come on. He's got several
like
hits.
fries?
No.
Colt 45 and 2 zigzags, baby. That's all I need. Oh, what a fun song.
Oh, that must be his ballad. Yes, I know that.
going.
Yes, I know that one.
Fun song.
I like that.
Coming up in sports, we're going to have a pro wrestler in charge in trouble. He faces charges. We're going to have a world record that's absolutely ridiculous, and someone is urinating outside and wants to tell Tom about it.
Oh, okay.
And then
Very
my
exciting.
favorite story of the day
Is?
involves one of those things where they get morons to walk on hot coals.
Oh, it's a team building experience, yeah.
It's an idiot finding experience.
Okay. You look at it one way, then.
Well,
round them up. Well, put it this way. If you were at this one, you'd think there was a barbecue going on. Oh, no, that was human flesh burning. Okay, good. We'll find out about that coming up. Right now, I want to remind you about your personal safety. How about checking out Simply Safe? You don't have to believe us. Simply Safe has the best reviews out there. Simply Safe home security. And just I want to give you a quick personal note. Very important to have things like smoke detectors, fire alarms, carbon monoxide detectors. Very important under certain circumstances, particularly with some of these newer cars. People don't realize their car's still going. They get to their house, pull in the garage, and they get out of their car and not realize it's running, and then the carbon monoxide can leak into your house. Simply Safe carbon monoxide detectors and all the other burglar alarm stuff. Tell me more, chick.
well, how about this one? It's a big enchilada. Peace of mind. That's what you get with Simply Safe. 24/7 professional monitoring. Simply Safe's agents take action the moment a threat is detected. dispatching police or first responders in an emergency, even if you're not home. And monitoring plans are affordably priced at $1 a day with no long-term contract or hidden fees, because feeling safe at home, peace of mind, shouldn't break the bank. And now you can customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes. Go to simplysafetom.com and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com.
Check it out. It's good stuff. Also coming up, we have some fascinating news about a woman who doesn't have a holster, apparently, because she has her pistol in her,
or
as Oprah would say, the JJ.
Or a hold all. Yes.
Okay. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, do you know a dad who's a big Bob and Tom Show fan? Maybe a grandfather. Well, how about giving them total access to the entire Bob and Tom library? How do I do it? Well, it's a Father's Day gift he'll open every day, a Bob and Tom VIP membership. See the link at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. Al Jackson on the way. Jeff Oskey sitting in for Josh, recovering at home. And soon we will have Josh back here with us, and we can't wait for that. Again, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday morning. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Andre Burakovsky scored with 1:23 into overtime, and the Colorado Avalanche opened the Stanley Cup Final. A 4-3 win over the two-time defending champ Tampa Bay Lightning in Denver. Tyler Anderson of the Dodgers lost his no-hit bid in the ninth inning, giving up a one-out triple to Shohei Ohtani in a 4-1 win over the Los Angeles Angels. And Aaron Judge hit his Major League leading 25th home run as the Yankees beat Tampa Bay 4-3. Elsewhere in Major League Baseball, Kansas City beat San Francisco. Cleveland also beat Colorado in interleague action. American League winners, the White Sox, Houston, Minnesota, Toronto, and Boston. And in the National League, the Phillies, Arizona, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, and San Diego all win. WNBA winners, Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Connecticut. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Got this new venture. It's called Say It to My Face.
Oh.
Pretty good.
Cool.
Hey, Josh, let's say someone talks smack about you on Facebook or Twitter.
Sure.
And the first thing you do is you'd call me, then I go to their house. And when they answer the door, I'll just yell, say it to my face. And then I'll jack them with a blood dart right to the larynx. And Christy, you and your ladies don't got to worry either, because I got you covered too. See, my friend Tasha and I are launching an all-female company called Oh, No, You Didn't. Pretty God. Well, it's hard to spell on the radio, but in print, it's badass. It's all hymenated.
Hymenated?
Yep. So the next time some chick, calls another chick an obese whale when you post your porta potty selfie on Instagrams, just give me and Tasha a call. She'll go to that chick's house and slap the spit out of her while screaming, Oh, no, you didn't.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Has this ever happened to you?
Scalpel, clamp, knife.
Ow! Hey! What the? Ah!
Waking up during an operation can be both traumatic and painful. Did you know that you have a choice when it comes to choosing an anesthesia?
What?
Introducing Ed Pedural's Anesthesia City! Anesthesia City!
Hey, Eddie Pedural here. When you need to get gooned on the goofy juice, it really helps to shop around. And there's no better time than now, as we're getting giddy at Anesthesia City. It's our once-a-year Malaise Days.
Malaise Days!
Bring in your Zoo Book coupon, and we'll knock off an additional 50% on scratch and dent ethers, penethols, and nitrous.
Anesthesia City!
And oh yeah, free balloons for the kids. Hey, if they're real young, make sure they don't suck on any of that balloon air, if you know what I'm saying.
Anesthesia City! Open every day, 10 until 10. 9.
I'm Ed Pedural saying, so, what's it going to take for me to put you in a coma today?
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Mark Eubanks. Did you go to college down in...
I went to college in University of West Virginia, Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh, really?
I was a mountaineer.
Well, why would someone from Florida go to college in West Virginia?
Because you didn't have to be real smart to get into school there. Basically, showing up got you that piece of paper.
Valedictorian was a 2.0.
On the breathalyzer.
My most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
Hello.
And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control, more or less.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
Nice. So comedian Alan Havey joins us. What else is on your mind? What are you talking about these days?
My girlfriend wants to have kids now, and I don't want kids. You know, kids are spoiled today. I don't know what happened. I guess children had a major coup about 12 years ago, spoiled little bastards. When a kid's bad, what do they tell them now?
No, time out.
Time out. What the hell is that?
Time out.
Yeah, I had time out when I was a kid. I'd wake up and go, what happened?
Uh-huh.
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I'm blind.
Jeez.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Yep.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
Hey, there's Jeff Hoskey in for Josh Arnold.
That's right.
Josh, a touch of the COVID. Hopefully back Monday. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
A lot of feedback on where you drive for some great food. This one may be somewhat tongue-in-cheek. Someone went all the way to Iraq to go to Pizza Hut.
Jeez.
Huh? I imagine it was probably a part of something else. But we appreciate your service. We have
Operation Breadstick.
Here's one. I like this one. Once a month, my wife and I drive the 200-mile round trip to go to Chick-fil-A. They don't have it where we live.
Wow.
Good product.
Well, it is very tasty.
I have one right here. This guy, Bill, rode his Harley from Troy, Ohio to Buffalo, New York to eat at the Anchor Bar where buffalo wings were invented.
I've been there. Good place.
Me and Josh went there, and I had a great time, but he rode, and they were not that great. I think that was maybe just your experience, sir.
Yeah.
But that is part of it. You drive that far. It might be closed. It might be a bad day.
Well, your expectations are really high because you don't, not every, yeah.
If you're on a Harley, I mean, you're in Ohio, then you're in Pennsylvania, then you're in the great state of New York. The expectations get so high.
Sure.
Beautiful. Nice hilly country. It's a good, fun drive.
Today, Chris is driving from Danville, Illinois to Denver, Colorado for some hiking and a shot of ass. See you in 12 hours, Brittany. Signed, Chris.
A shot of ass.
Is that a typo? I have never heard that expression.
A shot of ass? I haven't heard that either. Is he just going to look at it? What?
Good luck, buddy. Well, they're going hiking. He'll just walk behind her.
I guess.
Yeah. There's that may be a regional thing.
Yeah. Here's one from Jason. My family will drive from Indy to Cincinnati to eat La Rosa's Pizza for supper on a Saturday afternoon, 90 miles each way.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yum.
Beautiful drive, Southwest Ohio.
2.5 hours each way from Northumberland, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland for the crab cakes at Moe's.
Whoa.
What did you say? Thumberland? Are you talking right?
What is it? Northumberland. Northumberland, Pennsylvania, sorry.
Yeah, Northumberland, amazing place. Southerberland, not
Southerberland. Get out of there.
Northumberland, amazing.
I think my longest is 3 hours, 45 minutes, Indianapolis to Evanston, Illinois to Buffalo Joe's, my favorite chicken wings in the world.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He does like
And recreational marijuana. I'm just saying.
That was in 2012, and they didn't have it. That was just for the Joes,
All
baby.
right.
I drove 350 miles one way across Montana to eat dinner at Buck's T4, the best bison fillet on the planet.
Huh.
Now
that sounds great.
Yeah.
The name Buck's T4. You go. I'm going.
I've never had bison.
No, it's delicious.
I might try this.
It's very.
Tom, you and me in a closed car. How long? 8 hours? 10 hours?
Who's driving?
Well, you'll drive, obviously, because you can't give up control for that long. This is kind of off topic, but I feel like we have to read this. This is from Deborah. Dear Chick, my 16-year-old daughter is having her gallbladder removed today. She's very scared. I've tried to reassure her, but I'm her mom, so of course I know nothing, and she won't believe me. Could you please tell her, Chick, that everything will be okay? Well, no, my doctor said that the gallbladder procedure is the only procedure where the entire organ that's causing that pain is removed, and after you never even know you had pain. So post-op, it's very relaxing, especially if you get the
Godwin juice.
If you get the Godwin juice. She loves this show and listens every morning. Thank you, Deborah. Well, thank you.
Well, she'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
She's going to be great.
She'll be fine.
She'll come back with the sparkling wit of a Chick McGee.
Yes.
That's right. I had him put a little extra comedy in. That's right. And speaking of that, the Dallas Cowboys and head coach Mike McCarthy knows how to have a little fun, he said yesterday. He allowed his team on Wednesday to skip the second day of their 3-day mandatory minicamp to have a team bonding day at Topgolf instead in Dallas.
Oh, fun.
McCarthy, who made the decision Tuesday, said his goal was to help the players loosen up after a tough stretch.
One day?
This was one day, Tom.
Were they having snacks, and did they have like the big yard of beer you can get at Topgolf?
You guys, come on out of the parking lot and make drug deals. Get in here and play golf.
One day.
One day. McCarthy said, quote, "We didn't have the best weeks last week." You just started. It's not negative. I just think young players, veteran guys that were resting, we were resting, different combinations. 6, 7, 8 installs is always a tough stretch for your rookies. No media availability on Wednesday, and Dak Prescott was there, Zeke was there, all your favorite Cowboys getting a little
and we should explain.
rest.
Topgolf is a multi-tiered driving range.
Yes.
Usually right next to a freeway, and usually right next to an IKEA.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I talked to one of the guys that works for them. That's their
gonna be a
business
long
model.
story.
I know that you talked to some guy that used to live in Schaumburg. I know.
There you go.
Never mind. No need to get the facts in. The point is, it's a fun place even if you don't play golf.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Just get up there and whip around some golf balls.
You can really booze there. They have cheeseburgers, and you inject them with the cheese, and like it's got like a little syringe situation.
Whoa. What are you saying?
You know what? I did a show there one time, and the food was pretty good. I'll tell you that right now.
Wait a minute. You
You
inject
need to write a travel food blog or something.
No, I like this idea of the food comedy tour,
Yeah.
where they pick the venues strictly based on some cool local restaurant.
Fat guy, funny fat guy.
Ah.
I already know mine. I mean, there's a Skyline Chili in the parking lot of the Caravan in Louisville.
Yeah.
If you're up in Chicago, I always go for the wings. When I'm down there in Lexington, I'm going to go for West 6th. I'm going to go for Winchell's. I said that earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely have my places that I like, and a lot of it is because...
How about this one? I like this one already. Jim from Southington, Connecticut writes, I travel 1 hour each way to visit Hoodoo Brown Barbecue in Ridgefield, Connecticut.
Ooh.
See the name right there. You know they know what they're doing.
Sure.
It's not. It's Hoodoo Brown.
You know what you meant? You remind me. I would drive to Nashville for Jack's Barbecue there on Broadway. That I get the Jack's Barbecue sauce delivered by the case.
That would be worth it.
Yeah, it's you can't stand up while you're eating. You have to sit down. It's so good.
Yeah, we got a date in a comedy date in Nashville coming up anyway.
Do they have the white barbecue sauce down there?
They've got it all. Bro.
Oh,
What's a white barbecue sauce?
It's like mayo based, but sounds kind of wild. But I'm telling you, this stuff.
You are exempt from all food conversation.
You don't like flavor or taste.
When we get around to cauliflower crust pizza, we'll talk to you. Good
I'm
Lord,
going to
woman.
Nashville in August.
Could you put more cardboard on my burger?
This has too much salt on it. Can you scrape it off?
Oh, the pretzels. You got to scrape the salt off those big pretzels.
Wait a minute. Did you just hear that?
Like a soft pretzel at the ballpark?
Yeah, you got to scrape the salt. It's too much salt.
No, it's not possible.
Scrape the salt off
You know
her
what?
pretzels.
If Josh were here, he would totally agree with me. He's exactly the same way.
People that scrape
Yeah, but he'd
salt
be
off
having
their
a side
pretzels.
order of pizza or something. So.
I dip it in the nacho cheese. Does that help?
You must have secrets, Christy.
No.
If you're getting salt off your pretzel, you must have deep, deep secrets.
No, I just don't like all that salt.
Has anybody heard of this place? This guy goes, I'll drive 6 hours from Flint, Michigan to Lesage, West Virginia.
God means the sage? Yeah.
And eat at Hillbilly Hot Dogs.
Wow.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of Lesage or this place.
It's been cleansed.
Hillbilly Hot Dogs sounds good, though.
I have a buddy from Flint, and he drives to Detroit just to get tap water.
Bravo. Yeah, that Lake St. Clair.
Very nice.
Very nice, Wilbur.
Very nice.
On a day.
We need to get up to your level.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. Yeah.
This comes to us from Sean. He writes, I live in Minneapolis, and about 15 years ago, we didn't have any Sonic drive-ins. I Googled Sonic, found the closest one in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Thinking this was some great experience, we drove one Saturday afternoon. 3.5 hours later, I had my Sonic burger and tater tots. My best friend, who does not have a sense of adventure, never lets me forget it. Come on. That's a great
Sounds
day.
like fun, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I want to start getting this idea for this tour for the foodie weirdo tour.
Yeah, we could do the show and then you
How do we become weirdos?
come have dinner.
No, it's instead of doing something that makes sense, you
anything
do
we
it
do,
strictly based
we're
on
gonna
some
be
cool
weirdo.
restaurants.
I got a weird one. It's Bojo's Pizza. It's off I-70 if you're driving in the mountains in Colorado. Chick, they braid the crust of the pizza. You listening to me?
Yes.
They braid the crust, and then you get to dip the crust in honey when you're done with the main part of the pizza. We can do a show somewhere in Vail, maybe somewhere, I don't know where, but we got to get
Steamboat.
that. I'm sorry?
Steamboat.
So we'll go to Steamboat, and we'll stop at Bojo's Pizza.
See, what a great,
go skiing.
what a
It's a
great way to burn a lot of fossil fuel. Have a great time. Get some skiing in. I'm in.
Yeah.
You come to dinner with us and then go to the show. There you go. It's a win-win-win-win-win.
Josh and I, we kind of did this at Ketchatours in Ilion, Utica, New York up there.
Oh, yeah.
That place was awesome.
Oh, you got
man.
a lot of food that night, didn't
I would
you?
love to, like a dinner theater situation. I'm gonna be so fat. I mean, by the time I'm 32, I'm gonna be 1,000,000 pounds.
You see what she does is scrape the salt off her pretzels.
There's too much salt on those big pretzels.
That's not possible.
What did your mother do to you, Mom?
We have to get back to the sports desk. I'm getting the signal.
The annual Army-Navy football game will be played at 5 different major metropolitan areas in the Northeast between 2023 and 2027. This year's game will be in Philly, like always. The game will continue to be played in December and broadcast on CBS. Army Athletic Director Mike Buddy said that we're excited to announce the next 5-year cycle for America's game. It's a great showcase for the service academies, of course, the cadets and the midshipmen. New England's Gillette Stadium will host the game in 23. It'll be the 250th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. What do you think about that? Along with the 225th anniversary of the Constitution, the game will be at FedEx Field in D.C.
Christy didn't participate in the Boston Tea Party because it wasn't green tea.
Or
I like a lot of different teas.
I don't damn well doubt it. The game goes to Baltimore then, and then to New York City's MetLife. So there you go. That's interesting for the Army-Navy game. It's kind of that football game where nothing else is going on, and you set aside some time to watch the Army foot. Pro wrestler Jeff Hardy. Here comes Hardy. He's facing DUI charges after he was arrested.
They call him Party Hardy.
You're probably wondering why we're doing pro wrestler arrests.
Pro wrestler Jeff Hardy facing DUI charges after he was arrested in DeLand, Florida. That's a weird name for a town, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder why do they call it DeLand?
Because it's near DC.
Celebrating its 35th year in entertainment. The 44-year-old pulled over by state troopers. Florida Highway Patrol received calls about an impaired driver on I-95 in Volusia County. citing police records, and TMZ reports Hardy allegedly blew a .291.
That's serious.
And then a .294.
Wow. That'll kill you, Mark.
On a breathalyzer. I swear I blew a .3 something.
Did you really?
I swear I did.
Isn't .08 impaired driving in those states?
Yep.
There's a guy in college. He was also named Willie, and one time he blew a .42, and then he became .42, a Willie .42, and then I was Free Willie. Little nickname shift for him.
There we go. There we go.
You know what .3 is? It's your ex-wife shows up to a football game and you didn't know she was coming and you to escape. Hardy had a more than 2-decade career in the WWE, often teaming up with his brother, Matt Hardy. I bet they call them the Hardy Boys.
Yep.
He now is on the roster of AEW, All Elite Wrestling.
He's now in the elite league of those that can blow a 3.0 and live.
Christy, this morning driving in, we both drive the same way.
Yes, sir.
Do you ever play this morning on the drive-in? I played Drunk Driver or Texting while driving.
I love that game.
And it was texting while driving both times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drive in real early, and every once in a while I will call the cops and go, hey, there's a really drunk guy.
Do you really?
How do you know the difference?
You are so red,
How do you know the difference between drunk driving and text driving?
In this case, it was the most recent one. It was so clear. The lane, it wasn't really lane, it was just weaving all over 56th Street.
There's also fiddling with your radio guy.
No, this was clearly intoxicating.
But when I see someone driving poorly and they're in my dad's car, I know it's texting and driving because he doesn't drink. Because he's in the car. You hypocrite. You have the phone all the way up here. Email and PJ.
You know, I'm wondering. I was always wondered when texting became very popular, how the cops would decide who was driving impaired.
Yeah,
I don't.
Breathalyzer.
Well, of course, Tom. But if you don't know before, you pull them over. I guess you can get pulled over for texting and
you
driving.
walk up, you look at the bumper sticker. If they got that little bear, you know that they're high. I don't know what genius figured that out. You put one of those little bears on your car, they're going to go, okay,
pull it over.
Probable cause.
Or the dancing girl.
So we have.
I always thought that was a dance studio. I thought, boy, there are a lot of people that go to that dance studio.
It's a Dave Matthews thing, right?
I know. I didn't know that till like last year.
What about the hula girl? Is that anywhere? You get a hula girl
little
on
dash
your dash?
thing?
Yeah, a little hula girl.
You don't see that much anymore.
You ever have a hula girl on your GTO or anything?
No,
it must be a white trash.
I never had the fuzzy dice. No, I didn't have anything. What I did want to have, though, back in the day when they had the bright lights on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
You could get the foot pedal that looked like a foot, and then you'd get the little tiny one for your bright lights.
You had that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. In the old cop car I had, yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
I had the gas pedal was shaped like a foot and the bright dimmer.
Can you do that anymore?
I don't think so.
Why did they take it off the floor?
The bright lights?
Yeah, I like it. I liked it on the floor.
Did you have the steering wheel knob?
The necker knob, yeah, I had that. That's so you can steer with this hand and reach over here and grab a little a boot. You know what I mean, Willie? So you're driving like this, and you go, whoa!
Wait, so you steer with this hand and then this hand?
And there was an urban legend.
Oh, yeah.
Back when there were bench seats.
There was an urban legend that those were illegal. You know what we're talking about, Jeff? It would be on a steering wheel. There was this thing you would attach to the steering wheel.
The little knob.
It looked like a doorknob.
Necker knob, yeah.
And the urban legend was that they were illegal.
Why?
Well, why are there dumb urban legends out there?
I always heard it was
the one with the toothbrush and the keister. That's real.
Oh God.
Those are illegal. Driving with bare feet's illegal. Is that true?
So you had an old cop car?
Yeah, I had an old cop car with a spotlight right here. Yeah.
I hate that.
So do I.
In our city, they take all the cop cars, they strip everything off of it, and then they sell them at auction to the people who used to ride in the back of them.
Exactly. And you don't know when you're driving.
Behind you, you have to play 5-0 or OG, and you never know which one's going to be.
Do you know who drives old cop cars exclusively?
No, but you're going to tell us.
What's his Dave from SCTV? What's his
Dave Thomas.
Dave
Thomas. Dan Aykroyd drove him too. I thought
Could be.
Maybe those are
Dave Thomas. I remember reading an article about him. He loves driving old cop cars. So, in any event, this guy from All Elite Wrestling arrested in DeLand, Florida.
Yeah, well.
Jeff,
where the action is.
Hope he gets some help. That's dangerous.
Blowing a .294. That's apparently this guy has a history of problems with driving. So I hope he didn't hit the cop with a steel chair or anything.
All right.
Does this guy have a famous move?
I do not know, man.
If you're blowing up, what's it again? A point?
Ace is our wrestling expert.
He's a high flyer. Jumps up the ropes and.
Okay, so maybe,
high flyer in a drunk driver.
Maybe some CTE over the years. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, .294.
That's high.
In DeLand, he probably couldn't see the highway in front of him. When we come back.
World record.
Okay, world record.
Yep.
Also, we have a rather unusual story about something dying in the world of the internet. Something that'll be gone in a matter of moments, forever. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Do you know a dad who's a big Bob and Tom fan? Well, get him a Father's Day gift he'll open every day. A membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, I'm Morty Gleckman for Casket Carnival.
It's a Casket Carnival. You won't lose your shirt. It's a Casket Carnival. When we shovel on the dirt, we'll make sure you're really safe before we stick you in the grave. We won't steal from you. Casket Carnival.
We've got lots of games and prizes, and since many of our coffins are scratch and dent or gently used models, we pass the savings on to you at Casket Carnival. And don't forget to say hello to our lovable mascot, Embalmo the Clown.
Hey, there. Thanks for coming to the Casket Carnival. You're really gonna dig our prices there. Don't forget to ask about our layaway plan, huh? Hey, geez, what's wrong with these people? I'm dying up here, huh? At the cremation station, we want to earn your business. You know, sometimes I wish I were dead.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, you got any plans for Friday night? Well, I've got an option for you here. Some laughs and helping send local kids to summer camp. Sounds like fun. A night of live comedy. This Friday, the 17th of June, at the Irving Theater on East Washington Street. Doors open at 6:30. The show gets underway at 7:30. General admission tickets, just $40, and an all-star lineup. You got your Willie Griswold, Jeff Oskey, Pat Godwin with his guitar, hosted by Tom Griswold, and my gosh, the gallbladder-free Chick McGee. That's right. For tickets, go to bobandtom.com/comedy show, and we hope to see you out Friday night. It's going to be a lot of fun. There could be some beers being consumed, and the big idea, sending local kids to summer camp. Hope you can join us again. bobandtom.com/comedy show for tickets.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom Entertainment News Desk. Looks like there will be no shortage of top-notch musicians taking the stage for a pair of concerts to honor late Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins. Among those slated to perform, Miley Cyrus, Liam Gallagher, Joan Jett, Mark Ronson, members of Queen, The Police, Rush, Kiss, The Pretenders, Motley Crue, Queens of the Stone Age, Rage Against the Machine, Red Hot Chili Peppers, comedian Dave Chappelle. You get the idea. The shows are going to take place September 3rd at Wembley Stadium in London and September 27th at the Kia Forum in Inglewood, California. Both will help charities chosen by Hawkins' family. Hawkins died March 25th during a South American tour with the band. He was only 50. And Dolly Parton is donating $1 million to help fight diseases that hit children hard. The country music icon is giving that money to Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville. The hospital says the money will go for research into pediatric infectious diseases. The new gift is one of several Parton has made to the center over the years. In 2020, she made a $1 million gift for COVID vaccine research. In a news release, Parton declared, quote, "No child should ever have to suffer." And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
99 bottles of beer in the wall, 99 bottles of beer, but I'm not drinking today. I'm in AA. 99 bottles of beer in the wall, 99 bottles of beer in the wall, 99 bottles of beer. You know, it sounds like fun. I'll have just one. 3 bottles of beer in the wall, 3 bottles of beer in the wall, 3 bottles of beer. Get your hands off me, officer. I'll kick you in the rear.
Bob and Tom mornings and highlights replayed all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
She's the love of your life, and you want to make her feel special on Valentine's Day. Gentlemen, if you're looking for a romantic gift this Valentine's Day, then Frigamall Florist has the gift for you. It's our I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I send you some flowers bouquet. Yes, for just $59.95, you can send her the I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I send you some flowers bouquet. The I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I send you some flowers bouquet proclaims your lust for her in the most romantic way possible. The bouquet of lovely fresh flowers says, "Let's do it," and my loins ache. Your wedding vows didn't include a vow of chastity, but you're not going to see any action unless you act now. So pick up the phone and order the I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I send you some flowers bouquet right now. That's the I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I order you some flowers bouquet. With one phone call, you can cover your ass and get some ass. It's a win-win. Call now, because when Cupid shoots his arrow on February 14th, you won't be shooting anything unless you get her some flowers.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
curvy cleavage on display.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
curvy cleavage on display.
This is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt.
Friday at the Irving.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. It's a show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Jeff Oskey.
That's right.
He's sitting where Josh Arnold sits.
Oh.
Josh is on his ass at home, tells us he has COVID. No one believes him, but it's awkward.
Well, I got a message from Josh.
Oh, you did?
Were you at the meeting yesterday when he started to talk, and all of a sudden it sounded like he had tuberculosis?
No. Yeah, I want to hear this story because I was sitting right there, and you say he was coughing like it sounded like he had tuberculosis. Is that what you said?
He did. You agree?
No,
it was too much on cue. It was way.
Coughed.
You think it was fake?
Yes.
He coughed once.
No, but
I think
it was a wet, phlegm-filled.
Christy, you were there. I'll believe you.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, it was
rough.
once.
You got a big
It was
laugh.
not a big deal. No.
It was rough.
Hi, Ace Company.
You exaggerate a lot. Do you
You
anybody
don't think
ever
that
tell
was
you that?
I thought it sounded horrible.
It got applause. It was so
Kiss ass.
serious.
You're a big kiss.
It was the
ass.
timing.
There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee. Good morning, Sergeant. And here's Tom.
What do you got over there from Josh?
The farthest I've traveled is I walked 150 feet to my neighbor's open garage door and had some of their beers for free. It doesn't say Josh, but I think it's from him.
Okay.
What did he call that? Garaging?
Garaging, yeah.
Yeah, didn't they call that garaging when he was a kid?
I forget. They'd
drive around and look for open garages.
And then walk in and steal the beer.
I had never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's a really bad idea. Yeah. Great way to get shot.
Yeah. So they did garaging, and we did Hey Mistering, which is you go to the gas station, you go, hey, mister, would you do me a kindness and get me some Budweiser light lime? And,
What, you grew up in the 30s?
Budweiser light lime?
That's what it felt like. You had to be kind of old school.
Hey, mister.
And then some guy would go, oh, no, I would never do that, you kids. And we'd go, shut up and drive off. It's awful.
Well, we're talking about how far you would drive for some exotic food or something you just crave. Might be something simple, might be something exotic. These are really good. For some reason, I have like 3 of them from the same place, or people going to the same place. Steve from Seymour, Indiana says, we would drive 3 hours to Columbus, Ohio to eat at Schmidt's Sausage House.
That's in German Village, yeah.
Then this one is from a guy named Mark. He goes, we would drive from Findlay, Ohio to Columbus, Ohio to eat at Schmidt's German Village. And then it's amazing how popular this. And look at this one. Hey, Bob and Tom, this is from Jeff. We drive 2.5 hours from Spring Valley, Ohio to Columbus for Schmidt's Sausage House.
Wow.
This place must be 3 in a row.
They serve hogs there as big as your face, man.
They have German potato salad. That's I love that.
Coming up, Pat, we're going to need a request for this next letter. So
all right.
I'll give you a few minutes. But this involves a guy who went to the opening of the first White Castle in Orlando, Florida. Remember the news story?
Oh, sure.
I do indeed.
So in a few minutes, we'll get that
They
special
were
song.
lined up, remember? It was
Yeah, this
a
guy
big
said he
deal.
waited more than 2 hours in line.
Gosh.
But we'll get to that letter coming up.
Now I want White Castle.
In the meantime,
Can we have White Castle for breakfast? That'd be fun.
They aren't open for breakfast anymore. Remember we sent Mike, whatever.
This is an outrage.
I know.
Send him out for something.
And time now for...
You okay over there?
Hang on a second. Let's try it now. Every now and then you got to get the old persuader and give it a whack. 17-year-old in Nepal has been named the world's shortest living teenager.
Living. That's nice.
Well, they don't have the shortest dead teenager. That would be ridiculous.
Mr. Dor Bahadur.
Be a record.
His name is, bear with me, Dor Bahadur Kapangi. Received his Guinness World Record. He was confirmed at 2 feet, 4.9 inches.
Wow.
How big? 2 feet?
2 feet, 4.9 inches.
Wow.
Easy to bully that poor kid. Just talk about cram him in a locker. He's going to fit.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm just saying. I mean, I imagine.
Wasn't there
high
a
school is
guy-
rough enough, but especially rough when you're really short.
My boy Bob Schneider wrote a song about a guy who was, when he was 17, he was 3 feet tall, and then when he was 21, he was over 7 feet tall. He just shot
That
up.
happens to guys sometimes.
I guess that's a thing.
That happened to me. I went from 5'3" to 6 feet one summer.
That's got to hurt, right? Your knees and stuff.
That's crazy.
That's too fast.
Yeah, one of the guys we went to high school with was like 5'2" and came back one after college, and he was like 6'4". People didn't know who he was. We're like, what? Yeah.
But this poor guy, he's stopped growing. He's
Well, maybe
as
he
far
has
as we
it.
know, yeah.
We don't know.
He's still a teenager. Remember that in the story.
But he's this poor guy's 2 feet something tall.
2'5".
Yikes.
He lives with his parents and his siblings, who are of
He might
average
be
height.
3'2" next year. You don't know.
Time to reboot. What was that show called? Different Strokes? Different Strokes goes to New Delhi?
You mean Emmanuel Lewis and those guys?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the one?
Conrad Bain?
Well, there was Webster and there was Different Strokes.
Yeah, Different Strokes is Gary Coleman, right?
He has an older brother named Nara. Said his brother's height was like that of any other child in the first few years of his life. He stopped growing after his 7th birthday. Family hopes that being Guinness World Records
No, here's a picture of the guy.
Will give
teenager. Good news, no acne.
So further,
he's got that going for him.
He looks like he's 5.
Yeah, he's a small guy.
He literally looks like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember Brad Williams?
But he didn't get dates.
Brad Williams, comedian.
Short in stature, yeah.
He's very short. He said everybody wants to pick him up. Remember that?
Well, he's cute.
That's the thing that bugs him.
Yeah, you don't.
Of course you don't pick him up.
Disrespectful.
Yes.
I'll pick him up.
Although he did take advantage of that with ladies, he told me.
Did he?
Yes. There was a time.
Oh, you mean Brad? Yeah, before he got married and had a kid. Yeah, okay.
You'd go up on them.
Can you back it off a little bit?
Sorry.
Check this out. I will drive 6 hours to a small barbecue place in Mount Vernon, Kentucky. Best barbecue I've ever had. Plus, everything they sell is county home cooking, made in the walls of their facility. Man, I wish you told me what the name of this barbecue place was.
Right?
I gotta check it out.
You know, I'm getting real excited about our idea of doing this special comedy tour strictly based on great mom and pop restaurants.
Are you going to join us if we do that?
Yeah, if I set it up.
No, you won't.
No, you won't.
I have
joined you for a couple of dates. I'm very busy.
Perfectly fine food at home. I don't know what's going on there.
Could we move on? Are you done with sports?
I am way finished, brother.
Okay, all right.
So where would you pack the kids up? Let's say next Saturday, this Saturday. You have nothing to do. You wake up Saturday morning.
A million things to do Saturday.
And you go, hey, kids, let's get in the car and go for a drive.
No,
where would you take them?
You got to go drive an hour for a cup of coffee. That's the morning.
Where would you take your kids to eat?
My one daughter, I'll say, hey, do you want to go to my coffee place? And no. I was hoping that they'd have something exotic there that she likes. They don't. So.
Well, you know what you need to do. You need to talk to the manager. You need to get ahead of this problem. You tell him that your daughter, you want to bring your daughter, but she doesn't like anything here. Can you pick up your child's menu? Let's go.
Can you pull up your classic? Do you know who I am?
There you go. Do that.
You get to business.
If that works with the kids, they
Tom, there's at the smoothie place right next to your other coffee house, right?
That's true.
You know, and by the way, the dirty little secret to this story is Ace is the problem with this coffee.
Yeah, I know. He turned him on to it.
It's up where Ace lives, and Ace told Tom about it, and now his entire life is driving 2 hours both ways to.
I don't drink coffee there. My buddy Eric, when we meet there for business.
What
do you
Eric.
drink?
Nothing.
I know Eric
You just
as
sit
well,
there
and
and-
I can't believe he's your friend.
You'll see him Friday.
I can't believe it. No,
He's flying back early, yeah.
He's flying back early to see you on stage?
Yeah.
That's a friend.
Tour manager, you know?
Your tour manager. Once again, Ace is making a rare personal appearance with us for a special charity event. Friday details are
We're
at
going to tape that, right?
bobandtom.com. Yes, we will be taping it.
Here's a letter. Good morning. I had a friend in high school. We were talking about necker knobs.
Sure.
There was a little attachment you put on your steering wheel to drive your car. You can only use it with one hand. You drive with this hand and then reach around and grab a little tip.
Yeah, I
I had a friend in high school whose dad had a knob on his steering wheel. He lost an arm in Vietnam.
Oh, my God.
Well, there you go.
Why are you
First of all, you're not in trouble because Mike Mark is in trouble. Why did he give you that letter?
Well, it was the only way he could safely drive.
Of course it was. That's. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, it doesn't. He's right. It doesn't really have the same email address that the other emails come from. I don't know how that got to me. I'm
He
not
got
saying
it on his computer.
on my computer. You know, the emails are on your computer now. Did you know that? I bet you didn't.
That sound you hear every 10 minutes.
Hey, that's funny, Pat. Tune the guitar. I mean, when we come back, we're going to have our tribute to the White Castle in Orlando. We also have a little Marilyn Monroe news.
Oh, it makes me so mad.
And a classic piece of Grateful Dead news. I just love this story coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Boy, this week in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky sure has a lot of dummies in town. It's the annual ventriloquist convention.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
How are you?
I'm sorry? What did you say?
From the ventriloquism convention?
Yeah. And I'm not moving on this.
I can tell.
We can tell.
I can tell your lips are pretty still there. Jerry, what's the name of your partner?
Timmy.
Timmy?
It's Julie.
Can Timmy? Can Timmy speak into the phone? Hand in the phone.
We're going to drink some water.
Drink some water while talking to us. Okay,
go
great.
ahead.
I'll have to call you back.
Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
His name, Al Jackson, on the way, the co-host of the nationally syndicated daytime talk show Daily Blast Live, perhaps seen in your television market, but you don't need to see him on the TV. You can listen to him on the radio. Coming up, Al Jackson, aljacksonlive.com. Also, the author of a children's book, Where is Baby Ford? Also available through aljacksonlive.com. Stay tuned. Al Jackson live with us coming up on a Thursday. It's June 16th. And thanks to Mr. Oskay for filling in for Josh, recovering at home from the COVID. We hope to see him back soon. But we got Al Jackson on the way with you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Asian shares mixed after the Federal Reserve raised its key interest rate by 0.75 of a point and signaled more rate hikes coming to fight inflation. Wall Street rallied after the Fed's hike, the biggest since 1994. Investors took heart from Chair Jerome Powell's comments suggesting future increases may be more modest. The Bank of Japan holding a two-day policy meeting beginning today. The Japanese central bank under pressure to act given downward pressures on the yen from U.S. rate hikes and super low rates in Japan. Investors have been selling yen and buying dollars. Meanwhile, Brazilian authorities say a fisherman has confessed to killing a British journalist and an indigenous expert in the remote Amazon. They've taken police to a site where human remains were found. An apparent breakthrough in the 10-day search for the pair. Authorities said Wednesday night they expected to make more arrests soon in the case of freelance reporter Dom Phillips and Bruno Pereira of Brazil, who disappeared on June 5th. Federal police investigator says the fisherman who had been the prime suspect confessed Tuesday night and detailed what happened to the pair. Investigators says Eduardo Alexander Fontes says Amaraldo da Costa de Oliveira told officers he used a firearm to kill the pair and that led them deep into the forest to the spot where he buried the bodies. That's a look at things you may have missed and a mystery solved. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like us dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Time now for Flash Traffic with the fastest man in the world, 9-time Olympic gold medalist Carl Lewis.
And now we go to our Flash Traffic reporter, Carl Lewis, with traffic on the west side.
Hey, Bob and Tom. I'm on the west side, and traffic looks great. Now I'm going to run over to the far east side and take a look at traffic conditions over there. Okay, I'm on the east side now. Everything looks smooth over here. Want me to check the north side?
Sure, Carl.
All right, here we go. Oh, gosh, traffic is running up fine up here up north. Anything else you need?
Listen, Carl, could you check south side traffic? I know it's a long way. You could also pick up an iced tea for me, venti green iced tea at Starbucks on your way, if you don't mind.
Okay, that's a little step, but I'll get there. Oh, my goodness, that was kind of a detour, but here, 2 Splendors just like you like it.
Thank you very much, Carl. Carl, could you come back to the studio to sign some photos for us?
Oh, okay, I can do that. Sure thing, Tom. Made it. All right. Give me a pen.
This has been Flash Traffic with Carl Lewis.
Don't know what to give a certain dad for Father's Day? Well, how about a gift he'll open every day? A membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. At the news desk, it's Christy Lee.
Howdy.
In the performance room, it's Pat Godwin.
Hey there.
Jeff Oskey, pinch hitting for Josh Arnold.
Yes, sir.
At the sidekick chair, there's Ace Cosby. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone, there's Willie Griswold.
Yo!
There's Tom Griswold. Hi, Tom.
Good morning. I'm just
and I'm Chick McGee.
We're talking
What are you
about
doing?
driving to exotic places or fun places just to get something to eat. And we've had people that have driven several days on certain occasions to get to certain things. For example, we got some nice letters here. I will drive 1,500 miles for Salt Lick Barbecue in Driftwood, Texas.
I think barbecue is the number one thing people will drive for.
Writes Bill in Pennsylvania.
Way to go, Bill.
On your way, stop in Nashville. They've got some great barbecue there. I will travel 1 hour each way to the Pivo Brewing Company in Calmer, Iowa. The best craft beer. It's worth it. There we go. That's from David. Shortly after In-N-Out opened in Dallas, my wife and I made the 10-hour round trip from Wichita for the double-double.
Oh, wow.
See, this is worth it.
I was just looking up the closest In-N-Out burger to me. I would drive there one
in
weekend.
Texas, isn't it?
I think it is probably somewhere in Texas.
Got to be west of the Mississippi.
That leads to this letter. I've driven from Louisville to Northern Kentucky to get La Rosa's Pizza. Well worth the drive. Now living in Jacksonville, Florida for the last 3 years. When the world's largest White Castle opened in Orlando, we made the trek to get our first White Castle in over 2 years. It had newly opened. We waited a couple of hours in line once we got there. Well worth the drive. Well, that was a famous event in the news. I happen to have the news story right here. When White Castle opened up in Orlando, hundreds of people lined up. According to the Orlando Sentinel, the restaurant opened near Disney World, becoming the first White Castle in Florida since the 1960s. Customers lined up outside the location, backing up on Darrell Carter Parkway, waiting to get to the drive-thru. So welcome back to Florida, White Castle. And I believe we have a tribute to this in the other room there, Pat.
We do indeed. A very solemn tribute.
Solemn.
Hope that you enjoy it. Drove to White Castle. Left at 6 a.m. Tiny square burgers. I crave a sack of 10. They're new to Orlando. Onions, pickles, and cheese. Folks call them sliders, 'cause they slide out with ease. And we love you. Yes, we love you. Love you. Oh, we love you. Slide whistle, please. Coming up. Here we go. Now, here we go.
Close. We get Mike Pinder back on the. Yeah, there you go. Nights.
Never had one lesson.
Burgers at White Castle. Thank you. Little tribute to the Moody Blues. If you know the original, you really enjoyed that. If you don't, you're wondering what the hell just happened.
And if you're watching on TV or on YouTube, you'll see that Pat turns 18 shades of red during that song.
That's a high G.
Good job. That was Dean on the guitar. Thank you very much, Dean. And nice organ work there, Pat.
Well, thank you very much.
Those are some tricky chords. You got them there in the right order and everything.
No critique of my performance?
I said you were close.
Close. That's what. Okay, fine. What's the last time you get a slide wheel? Yeah.
Whistle.
So we now turn to the news desk with Christy Lee. Christy, what do you got over there?
A commercial bus driver who blacked out behind the steering wheel while snacking on gummies said he didn't know that the treats contained THC.
Wow.
Jinhuan Chen was driving 38 passengers from the Mohegan Sun Casino when he stopped the bus on the side of I-95 in Stafford, Connecticut. Police said they found Chen unconscious in the driver's seat next to an open package of Smokies Edibles cannabis-infused fruit chews. During his appearance in Bridgeport Superior Court, Chen, who was speaking through a Chinese interpreter, told the judge he had no idea that candy contained marijuana.
Oh, he's not a native English speaker. Oh, this poor guy.
This poor guy, yeah.
Victor Chen, the manager of bus company Go-Go Sun Tour, stated that Johan has an exemplary record, saying he doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, but he does have a sweet...
what do you do? Don't drink, smoke. What do you do?
He does have a sweet tooth and likes candy. He added this never would have happened a couple of years ago, but now there's marijuana everywhere here. He faces 38 counts of reckless endangerment because he had 38 passengers on board.
So the guy doesn't speak English.
No.
So he doesn't read English, so he had no idea that he just thought they were candies.
Yes.
Expensive candies.
Yeah, and how do you get your hands on those two? But it does say, like, there's like a big pot leaf with a big red X through it, like being like, hey, this does have pot, and it does do a pretty good job of letting you know.
In a universal way.
But I feel really bad for this guy. I think someone must have been like, hey, man, you'll like these, and he must not
presumably
have known.
he must have a chauffeur's license and be able to read the signs, or at least understand what they mean, right? He's driving a bus at a casino.
This is tricky, man.
Yeah, the poor guy.
Nah, I say put him in jail.
No.
Throw away the key.
You got a song about this guy?
The wheels in the bus go real slow, real slow, real slow. That gummy wasn't edible, I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. Why the gummies were $40, I couldn't say, but I did pay. That gummy snack had THC, that was news to me. The wheels on the bus came to a stop. The passengers called the cops. The wheels on the bus came to a stop. I passed out to Pink Floyd. Breathe in the air. Didn't know they were edibles, I swear.
Oh, nice. That's your first medley.
Little mashup.
That was great.
Could he get... I mean, that could have made him really ill, right?
Sure. But, I mean, again, someone must have given them, or he must have seen them, because if he bought them, wouldn't they be he wouldn't, a bag of candy wouldn't be, whatever, $80.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this guy doesn't understand, like, American currency, but I feel like we should give him the benefit of the doubt there. I do not. This is impossible to talk about. The poor guy can't read English.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The New York City Sheriff's Office seized at least a dozen trucks operating for a company called Weed World Candies. Authorities claim the weed company has outstanding parking tickets totaling $500,000. 12 trucks were towed.
Wait a minute.
They're illegally parked cannabis trucks.
Weed World.
No. But they have $500,000 in tickets?
Yes. The amount of parking ticket debt in judgment right now is $316,000, though the total outstanding debt is $504,000.
Okay. And does this
Weed World.
Party on. Excellent.
They must be doing a very good business if Weed World can't pay their parking tickets. I would think they'd be...
See, this is where your flasher parking chick gets you in trouble. Yeah, but they were illegally parking, delivering their Weed World candies, and racked up
but
these
they've confiscated their vehicles.
Yeah.
So obviously, what is that movie? Dude, Where's My Car? 2. Dude, Where's My Van?
Yeah.
Well, that actually fits in with this. Speaking of losing your car while high, this is a Grateful Dead fan recorded by Ed Johnson outside of a Grateful Dead concert a few years back.
Well, you talk about losing things. I actually lost a car on tour one time.
How did this happen?
Well, I guess I was having so much fun at one show that I forgot I had my own car. And about 3 shows down the road, these friends of mine asked me, "Hey, Raj, where's your car?" Because I got my jacket in your car. And I said, "Oh, I did have a car, didn't I?" So it's probably sitting wherever it was that I abandoned it. But I was having a lot of fun, and car's a small sacrifice if I get into shows.
So you can see the priority.
Had a good attitude.
Yeah.
I had a friend call me at 2 a.m. that they thought their Jeep got stolen after they left the bar.
Yeah.
I go down, they filed the report with the police. I drive them home, and the next morning they wake up and they go, "Oh, I was parked at a different lot."
Yeah. This guy, it took him a couple of weeks to remember he had a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a dead show.
Now, wait a minute. Don't be so judgmental. You've left a car running during a sporting event.
Yes, but I remembered that I owned it.
Yes. Yes, but
We'll
it's not that
touch on this
far.
when we get back. Right now, I want to remind you, we've been talking about food all morning. How about some great food, and you get to put it together from HelloFresh? They do the hard work. They do the shopping. They get everything all ready. They prep it. They cut it to the right size. They've done the measuring. The box comes to your house, fresh food ingredients, of course. More than 30 recipes every week to choose from. And you can go with the quick and easy stuff, the family-friendly stuff. You can go with comfort food, or you can go with maybe low-cal or low-carb. Whatever you're into, they're going to have offerings for you. You can skip weeks at a time if you change your schedule up. It's real easy, very flexible. Check out the HelloFresh app. They want you to get started, so they're making this incredible offer. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Why the BT Show 16? Well, that's for 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. What's the latest over there, Willie?
One of my favorites, the saucy pork burrito bowl with cilantro, citrus rice, charred poblano, and salsa fresca and smoky crema. HelloFresh is going to send you 9 ingredients. You put those together in 6 easy steps. And if you'd like, you can even substitute the pork for ground turkey with their Hello Custom feature where you can swap out proteins and veggies, all with our friends at HelloFresh.
The code, BTShow16. 16 free meals, 3 free gifts. Get an idea of what you're doing. Have some fun. Great for date night. The code, BTShow16. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. When we come back, we'll talk about losing your car. Plus, we have a guy in the freeway with one of those electric carts from Walmart. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Hey, don't forget about Bob and Tom Tonight, the video webcast of highlights from today's show tonight. You never know what you're going to see. That's why folks tune in. Search Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. Click that red subscribe button. Join over 100,000 other Bob and Tom fans who tune in each and every night from around the world to watch Bob and Tom Tonight. You can join them. It's free. You can see the show on our Facebook page, Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, and just check out bobandtom.com for more details. It's our little video webcast, Bob and Tom Tonight. Highlights of today's show tonight. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Al Jackson, stay tuned.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom News Desk. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has pledged to do whatever it takes to curb inflation. With that said, it could mean a recession. A worse than expected inflation report for May helped spur the Fed to raise its benchmark interest rate by 0.75 points yesterday and to signal that more large rate hikes are coming. Economic history suggests that aggressive growth-killing rate hikes could be necessary to finally control inflation. Typically, if you took any economics in school, that's a prescription for a recession. And French President Emmanuel Macron, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, and Italian Premier Mario Draghi have arrived in Kiev. The European leaders are expected to meet with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky as they prepare for a key European Union leaders summit in Brussels next week, and then the June 29th through 30th NATO summit in Madrid. The National Highway Safety Administration reports there have been nearly 400 crashes over a 10-month period involving vehicles with partially automated driving systems. Of that number, 273 of them involve Tesla. The tally comes after the feds ordered U.S. car makers to report crashes involving vehicles with self-driving technology between July of last year and May 15th of this year. Those numbers, though, should not be used to compare automakers since the stats really don't take into account how many vehicles from each car maker are on the road and how many miles those vehicles have been driven. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Norman, honey, what you doing? It's getting late.
I'm downstairs, honey. Just getting some cereal. Snookums.
Thank God he found it. I was getting desperate. I hope this works. You know, Judy tried it with Ted, and she said he's become insatiable.
Boy, will Snookums be in for a treat, because her hubby is chomping on the new cereal for men who are sexually dysfunctional. It's Nuttin' Raisin, honey.
This sure is tasty. Honey, I'll be right up.
Nuttin' Raisin Honey, the cereal that gets you up in the morning, or any time for that matter. Nuttin' Raisin Honey. Eat them from the bowl or right out of the box.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, he was so sweet. It was our first date, and he went all out. He bought me dinner, he got me drunk, and then I got bald.
Oh, did you ever? It was perfect.
Britney Spears recently shocked the world with her latest fashion statement. A completely shaved head. Now, to commemorate Britney's new look, Bob and Tom Labs is proud to introduce their new perfume, Bald. B-A-L-D. Bald. A fragrance for today's unraveling woman. She's kooky, she's crazy, and she's getting bald.
Tomorrow's my girlfriend's birthday, and she'll definitely be getting bald.
What woman wouldn't love to get bald?
My wife and I are celebrating our 30th anniversary soon. I thought she'd be thrilled when I told her she was gonna get bald, but she just rolled over and went back to sleep.
Okay, almost everybody wants to get bald. Be sure to get some today. Just look for the slick box, and you'll know you're getting bald. B-A-L-D. Bald.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
Also joining us in the studio, comedian John Bazaar.
Well, I find that now that I need a woman, integrity, strength of character, honesty, but really the most important thing, got to have a big ass. I may be outside the pale on this one, judging by all the magazine covers I see, but I'm done with these ectoskeletal, wafer-thin, rice cake chomping chicks with the Ally McBeal arms and those heroin-looking legs. Yeah. Even the Three Little Pigs knew you don't build something out of sticks if you're going to spend any time inside.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little. We want to look good in the painting.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schlitz, but for me,
Bob and Tom 20.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Howdy.
In for Josh Arnold. Joshy a little under the weather. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
We're talking about this cannabis company. Was it New York City? Mm-hmm. And they had their trucks impounded, but they owed $500,000.
Yeah.
In parking tickets. That seems a little high to me.
It's New York City. A lot of trucks.
I guess, but again, it reminded me of this classic Deadhead interview with this Deadhead fan, a Grateful Dead fan, I should say. And I'll play this. We're going to be joined by Al Jackson in just a second. I want Al to hear this anyway. This is recorded outside a Grateful Dead concert a few years back, and here it is.
Well, you talk about losing things. I actually lost a car on tour one time. How did this happen? Well, I guess I was having so much fun at one show that I forgot I had my own car. And about 3 shows down the road, these friends of mine asked me, "Hey, Raj, where's your car?" Because I got my jacket in your car. And I said, "Oh, I did have a car, didn't I?" So it was probably sitting wherever it was that I abandoned it. But I was having a lot of fun, and car's a small sacrifice if I get into shows.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well,
different world.
Yeah.
I don't know. Al Jackson, what do you think about that guy?
I think you hit it on the head, Tom, when you said different world. You know, I learned a lot when I was working for Carnival as a comic, because, you know, when I used to do it, you know, we would fly to like an island like the Bahamas or Jamaica and then get on the boat where all the passengers were, and then I'd do my show that night. And when you would go to Jamaica, you go into the port, you would take a local cab driver like through Jamaica to get to wherever the port was. And like Uber drivers and cab drivers here are very like direct, and I'll get you there and what time, and there's you know, you can use the app. There, like, you would have a cab driver and you would be an hour away from being late for your flight, and the cab driver would just pull over and just drink a beer, lean it against the car, talk to his friends. And I realized that it's just like a different, like, they don't look at time the way Americans do.
Exactly.
You know? And that's why we go down there. But it's just like when you said it, that guy is like, his car to him is just this weird thing in his life that's kind of keeping him back from going to more shows.
Yeah.
So
and like getting a job and being able to buy tickets, apparently.
Oh, right. You don't know that.
No, he said if he can get into shows, he's looking for that miracle ticket. I've gone to my share of Dead shows. I know what's going on.
Oh
my gosh.
You have no idea what's going on.
Chick, how many trips did he ruin? I mean, let's just throw it out there.
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine.
No, I mean, it's a different whole. This guy, it's great. I mean, I'm semi-irresponsible on occasion, but
have you ever in your life been that carefree?
And lost a car? No,
Not even lost a car, just didn't care.
I've been relatively carefree, but I mean, if I'm driving a taxi and Al has to get to the airport, I'm not going to stop and say hi to my buddies. But Al, I know that you're right, because that exact thing happened to me in the Bahamas a few years back. We're in the cab, and the guy goes, "I got to go check on my son," and we went into the local village, and he got out of the car. He went inside. 20 minutes later, he comes out. God knows what he was doing.
God knows what he was doing, Al.
Probably checking on his son.
Yeah,
checking on his son.
Then why was he picking up fares if he was had to go?
Because they don't look at things. And Tom, honestly, and I'm going to defend Tom to the entire world right now, because I know we're all going like, wow, could you imagine Tom at a Dead concert? And I couldn't. He's dead sober there. I'm sure he looked like a cop giving off cop vibes. Whatever. I'm going to say this in defense of you, though, Tom. Just like in, what was the Tom Cruise movie? Somebody's got to stand on that wall. Tom is a responsible dude. Mm-hmm. And not everybody can be, I got so high I lost my car for 2 weeks. Somebody's got to show up at Bob and Tom every day at 5 in the morning and do their job. Pay those bills. Get everybody else paid. The squares get a lot of, man, I'll tell you this. I hired an assistant, and she looks like a square on the outside. Mm-hmm. She is the most highly skilled person. She can rebuild an engine. She rebuilt Al Jackson Live, my website. Squares get a lot of whatever in our culture, but I appreciate the squares like Tom. First of all, I'm glad you're at the Grateful Dead concert, making people feel like there's a police presence there.
When did cops get nerdier?
The squares. So I am done. But thank you, Tom, for being a square. It's fine.
Gosh, I haven't heard the term square since I was in high school.
The love of God. What a kiss ass. I couldn't hear anything over Al kissing your ass.
Dad, remember what you said about your surgeon?
Last week when you were out that you are my favorite person, and you are the most honestly, brutally honest, funny person that I've ever met, because it's not an act.
Yeah,
and you come back this week and you're brutal to me, and that's why I love you.
No, it's only because that we haven't been out and drinking vodka for a while, but apparently those days are over. Where do you go out?
Never know.
That's a big no.
Nikki, I'm telling you, with the whole if I ever went back to drinking, I feel like that's, first of all, that's where we are now in our society. I'm glad that I stopped drinking like a gangster, Tom. I stopped drinking vodka and Hennessy and real man drinks.
Yeah.
All right. I quit before this hard seltzer era, which is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen young kids. I'm sorry. Did you ever see James Bond drinking a hard seltzer? No, I don't think so.
You know what, Al? I don't mean to be rude.
Don't tell me you're hard. All right. I'll decide that.
You can't make fun of White Claw.
Trying to push that on me. You're not hard. You're a drink that kids drink, and I know I'm probably going to relapse off like some sparkling water that I thought was just water, but it was some kind of hard dragon lily. Will you man up and just drink?
Al, how can you get mad about White Claw when in the hip hop community, one of the signature drinks was a blue sweet drink called Hypnotic, right?
Yeah, it was. And you know what's interesting about how, because I saw like the evolution of black cocktails, because there was this thing like when I was growing up in the house, you know, this is 1986, 87. You go to any black function, my uncles are all there. There's old school liquor like Cuddy Sark,
sure,
J&B, those beef eater, that weird vodka with that mean Russian man on the front.
Yeah.
Like there was no joy with the labels. I kind of like that. And then young black folks took over and they kind of took the Hennessy and Hypnotic and started making weird drinks, but they were all really sweet. And now it's like, it's either just you drink it neat or it's like this sparkling concoction. Like I don't want to be happy when I'm drinking. Is that weird? I want to do some damage, bro.
What?
Now, Al, there'd probably be a very interesting essay that you could write about the history of alcohol and hip hop. Because there are certainly, I know just enough to know that there are certain drinks that are often referenced, and it's a very big deal. And I think sometimes I can't tell if the drink came before the fad, if it became a big thing because of the hip hop song.
Right. Well, Tom, first of all, we've known each other for almost a decade now. Do you think that I'm already not have geared up to do a podcast about alcohol and hip hop? And do you think I haven't hired the researcher from Rachel Ray to help me do that? We've already recorded several episodes.
Wow.
Yes, it did start around 2002 with Busta Rhymes' Pass to Cavassier, which we talked about on this show, and how it was like one of the first times that people openly started marketing during hip hop songs, because you naturally remember the songs anyway. So if you remember the product, it's just going to elevate with it. And it worked. Look at Puffy Ciroc. Ciroc was the number 50 vodka in the world, and now it's number 2.
Wow.
And Puffy took it over, and because Ciroc used to be like the vodka that like winos drink, that vodka that's right at the front of the liquor store, the scary one that's in the little fishbowl thing. That was Ciroc.
You know what? That is scary. That was scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's on the bottom row in the liquor store, you have to really
So the whole notion of product placement in hip hop, is it often is there an ulterior motive? Do these guys have a piece of the action, or is it just someone references something because they do it?
Well, they did. They couldn't figure out a way to market to the hood. And I think I told you, like, they were like with malt liquor, which is really the beginning of people realizing that you could sell booze in the hood. They got Billy D. Williams to kind of push Colt 45 and Old English 800 and all that kind of stuff. But as more money came into, just the black community, people didn't want to drink that. So that's when people started to try and level up. That's when you started seeing Hennessy showing up. You start to see Cavassier and these kind of weird Remy Martin, all these kind of, and then there were starting to be rappers. There's a rapper named Remy Martin. There's a rapper named Hennessy. So like there was this weird thing where alcohol and hip hop like came up, because when you look at hip hop, everybody's partying. So like your natural thing is like, what are they drinking? And then people, when they're partying, would order it. That's why it became such a big
Funky
business.
Cold Medina a drink?
It isn't, but it was just ahead of its time. Tone Loc was just ahead of his time with Wild Thing, ahead of his time. And first of all, shout out to Tone Loc. He had an interesting career. He was great in Ace Ventura. Shout out to that.
Oh, yeah.
And, he was a little ahead of his time. But, Tom, I think, Chicky was successful with his vodka. We should have a Tom mocktail. Let's put that together and sell it.
Oh, the mocktail. There you go.
So Funky Cold Medina isn't a drink you can make.
I don't think so. I don't think anybody under the age of 90 would know what that is, except me and you. But we could make our own
Chick
Funky
knows.
Cold Medina.
He came in here singing Tone Loc this morning.
Wild Thing.
Yeah.
I love Tone Loc.
You know, in the end, it's a song. It's a story.
Yeah, it is.
He finally he meets someone at the end who's a whore, evidently, and she, as she tells him, gets paid to do the wild thing. And Tone's response is, "What?" Yeah.
So who's drinking the Funky Cold Medina?
I don't know what Funky Cold Medina is.
Well, Al, that's your assignment. Now, in the meantime, we have to get our word of the week here, Al. You got to get me hipper. That's the goal of our show. What have we got over there?
Tom, this word came to me organically.
Oh.
It was very, because this is a word that I did not know either. Maybe, you know what? Maybe the beautiful boy, Willie G, maybe you've heard this.
What you got?
Because a little bit younger. This weekend, obviously, my son he graduated 8th grade going into high school. So I was like, these kids been locked up for COVID for 2 years, haven't been able to party with each other. So this weekend in LA, I got my kids one of those stretch limos,
Nice.
just to like take them from graduation to go see the Jurassic Park movie.
Awesome.
And I'm with them in the limo just to get the limo driver to their house. And then I was like, not going to ruin their time. But I was listening to one of my son's friends, and he kept using the phrase gamer.
Yeah.
They use the word. Have you heard that, Christy? They use the word gamer for everything cool. So they'll be like, "Oh, Tom, you got a new car. That's really gamer. Oh, chick is back this week. That's gamer." Like they use it. They put it in everywhere. So Tom, give me 3 sentences in which you use gamer correctly.
Okay. My son Willie is a gamer.
No.
That was just a direct
That's
sentence
what he
that you would
is.
use to
I
teach
know, but I'm
somebody
about
learning
to
English as a second
expand on
language.
it.
No, like how would you use it?
Tom.
No, that was the first phase of the use of the word gamer. I was going to show you the evolution. Willie is certainly, he likes to play video games.
I'm asleep.
He is quite the gamer. But I understand that he purchased some reefer that was really gamer.
Nice.
And then he went out on the town with some of his friends. Yep. He had a designated driver, of course. He's a responsible young man like his father. Mm-hmm. And he met a young lady who I understand was a gamer Funky Cold Medina style.
Wow. You hear that? You hear
but
that,
she
Al?
was not. She did not require payment.
Oh, okay.
How did I do, Al?
That was. We'll take it. It's Thursday, and it was a new word, and we're learning how to incorporate it. We're gonna have this one. We're gonna circle back. We're gonna circle back on this in a couple weeks. But I'm happy.
My kid's using the word slay a lot. Is that
like slay queen?
Yeah, period.
slay.
Slay.
You like Santa Claus sleigh or Santa like?
Yes, Santa Claus sleigh. Yeah.
Like SLAY. Slay.
Okay.
That's a hip hop thing. It's a fashion thing, and honestly, I think it kind of comes from the fellas over at RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, is that where it comes from?
They're slaying a lot.
That makes sense.
Absolutely does.
Mm-hmm.
Our makeup stylist, Jeray, is a former drag queen, and his Instagram name is Jeray for the Slay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a big it's a term for it started I think in the drag community where it's just like, you look incredible, like you are slaying, like you're slaying your competition tonight. So you just go like slay Tom, slay if you showed up in a really dope outfit.
Al, I have a quick question. Jeff Hoska here.
What's up, brother?
I have a 15-year-old son who likes to use the phrase cap or no cap, and I have no idea what he's talking about. Can you fill me in?
It just means if you're lying or not. So no cap means I'm not lying. And if you say you look at Chick and you go, I know Chick took my bagel out of the break room, and he's saying he didn't, but that's straight cap on that. I know he did.
Straight
So it just
cap?
means you're
Straight
lying
cap.
or not lying.
Yeah, straight out lying.
What's the origin of that?
I have no idea. That's why I was asking
Like
Al.
capital crime?
The origin of cap, I don't know.
So my buddy who's in hip hop, he explained it to me one time, and he says cap is kind of like a bald guy wearing a hat. to cover the fact that he's bald.
Oh, like Tom.
And that's
yeah.
sort of like a lie. So if you're showing off your hair, no cap, you're being honest. That's
Oh,
a
that's cool.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the origin or just a little trick he uses to fill the white guys in like me about how to use them. But yeah, that's what he.
You mean there's a secret society behind our back?
That would make sense. Coming full circle, I did find a recipe for a funky cold Medina.
What is it?
It is vodka, Southern Comfort, blue Caraco, and cranberry juice.
But did that exist before the Tone Loc song, or did they make it up after
I
they
think
heard
they made it up after the
I don't
Tone
know.
Loc song.
For some reason, I thought there was cough syrup in there somewhere, but apparently not. So
That's scissor.
scissor.
Yeah, that's or lean, as it's called now.
Oh, here we go. A little bit of funky cold Medina.
You should hear this in my my car, Al. I've got great bass response. It's amazing.
Oh, that's so nice. It always reminds me of Smooth Teddy B. And
No, it doesn't remind anybody of that.
Al Jackson is a featured, what's the word I'm looking for? One of the hosts of Daily Blast Live, DBL.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Congratulations on your son graduating from 8th grade. That's awesome.
Thank you. And Tom, I just wanted to tell the people really quickly, I had to move my Michigan date, so it's just one day this weekend. I'm at the Comedy Showcase in Ann Arbor, Michigan this Saturday. 2 shows. Get your tickets, Michigan, please.
Okay. Thank you, Al Jackson. Always a great pleasure. See you.
Love you too.
That was very enlightening.
Yes, it was.
No crap.
We could do it.
Hate to do the wild thing.
But in the song "Funky Cold Medina," apparently that does refer to a delicious cocktail of some sort, like a.
But I'm wondering if the one that's on the internet was created after.
I'm
the
sure
song.
it was created.
And then there's funky cold edema. That's where you hit your head.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Your legs get all swollen.
Your legs get all swollen. Is that the one, edema?
If you know what I mean.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
The wild thing.
Come on. What? How can you not like the song?
I do like it. I'm the one that queued it up.
No. Okay. Is that Funky Cold Medina or Wild Thing? After he just said Wild Thing. Which song is that, Tom?
I queued up Funky Cold Medina.
Like Mick Jagger said, I can't get
That is.
no satisfaction.
This is Funky Cold Medina.
It is close.
But none of them want to get with me.
Yeah, there you go. Now, we have to review a couple of things.
Why can't he be our booth announcer? Call Tone. He's not doing anything. Just counting his money. Let's get him in here.
I have no idea. We have a great story coming up. It's one of my favorite things, morons in the news. It's a bunch of idiots that were walking on coals and burned the hell out of their feet.
You do like that.
Oh, I hate that. They're such idiots. They deserve to die. Thin the herd.
Now, wait a
Thin the
minute.
herd. Napa wants to keep your truck or your car moving. That's right. It's got wheels, got an engine. They got to keep it on the road. You got to keep it on the road. Napa's got the parts. How about this? 500,000 quality auto parts and truck parts at your favorite Napa Auto Parts store. Need a part? Of course. Need it fast? Yep. How about curbside pickup at Napa or next day delivery? Curbside pickup available, of course, at participating Napa Auto Parts stores with in-stock items only. When it comes to serving you and your car, Napa's motor never quits. They've got what I call Napa know-how. Check out your favorite Napa Auto Parts store. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show said hello. When we come back, we're going to walk on coals and expand our souls. No, you're going to burn your feet, you idiot. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For Father's Day, give Dad total access to the entire Bob and Tom library. Give Dad a membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
Hey, check out bobandtomstore.com for all our brand new merchandise. You can just click on the link. Boom. Next thing you know, bobandtomstore.com merchandise is all over your computer, your mobile device, however you want to access it. Bob and Tom hoodies, brand new hooded zips, collared work shirts, the Bob and Tom Show hat, new for 2022. Our clothing sizes small all the way up to 4XL, even 5XL. If we don't have your size currently, just check back. We're always restocking at bobandtomstore.com. We hope you'll check it out. It makes a great Father's Day gift. I know Father's Day Sunday, the chance of it actually getting to you and to him, probably slim at this point. Let's be real. It's Thursday, Father's Day Sunday. But what you could do, order him a hat from bobandtomstore.com and say, Happy Father's Day, Dad. Here's the card. By the way, I got a Bob and Tom Show hat coming your way. See how that works? bobandtomstore.com.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Andre Burakovsky scored with 123 into overtime, and the Colorado Avalanche opened the Stanley Cup Final, a 4-3 win over the two-time defending champ Tampa Bay Lightning in Denver. Tyler Anderson of the Dodgers lost his no-hit bid in the ninth inning, giving up a one-out triple to Shohei Ohtani in a 4-1 win over the Los Angeles Angels. And Aaron Judge hit his Major League leading 25th home run as the Yankees beat Tampa Bay 4-3. Elsewhere in Major League Baseball, Kansas City beat San Francisco. Cleveland also beat Colorado in interleague action. American League winners, the White Sox, Houston, Minnesota, Toronto, and Boston. And in the National League, the Phillies, Arizona, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, and San Diego all win. WNBA winners, Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Connecticut. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you everything I touch turns to sold.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Coming this Thursday on ABC. He's the luckiest guy alive. It's Invisible Dave and his two stacked roommates.
What's wrong, Cindy? It's this darn brassiere. It keeps pinching.
Oh, yeah. Feeling fine.
Yeah, mine's pinching a bit, too. Let's just take them off. Okay.
Hello. He's living rent-free and getting an eyeful.
Cindy, what do you think of my new negligee? Do you think it fits? Oh, yeah, it looks great. What do you think of mine?
He's invisible and insatiable.
Gee, Cindy, this bed sure feels lumpy. Boy, that's uncomfortable.
Come to Papa. You know you want it.
Invisible Dave and his two stacked roommates. Followed by the fast-paced action of pro basketball with a moral twist. Meet Carl Goodman, Amish power forward.
We have worked together, my friends. We shared the ball with he who was open, and were blessed when 2 points were bestowed upon us. Now we must pray. Oh, merciful God above us.
It's Carl Goodman, Amish power forward, right after Invisible Dave and his two stacked roommates. Thursday on ABC.
Ye be thar.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night. From Donnie Baker and the Pork Pistols. She gave a sign for the bedroom, and I knew it was gonna be my night, alright. And then I porked an angel. Right between her two wings. Then I porked an angel. Crash. Scanners is her last name.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and...
You there?
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
He's in the performance room. And also Dean Metcalf in the performance room over there.
Hanging out.
He's actually right behind you now.
Oh, he was over there.
It's very tricky. I couldn't fight him either.
Somebody put a bell on him, will you? There's Jeff Hoskey in for Josh Arnold.
Yes.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good tomorrow.
And a good morrow to you, sir.
Yes.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Yesterday I asked a question. Sometimes you get some free time and you decide to go on a pointless trip. And maybe it's to drive 30 minutes each way just to get a cup of coffee.
Uh-huh.
But when maybe everybody kind of lives Groundhog Day. You have the same routine and you go the same direction all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that lately because everywhere I go, the roads are closed. But
I don't like it much when you get in your car and you say drive to work and you get to work and you don't remember the drive from work.
Yeah,
well, I've done that.
But to get out of my routine, I'll go a different direction.
Right.
I'll take different ways and explore. I did that the other day.
I'll take a different direction and explore. This from the man whose every day is so
The
busy.
busiest man on the face of the
I
earth.
do not believe a word you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did. I ended up in this ridiculously confusing warehouse area.
Oh, you're in the
asked,
warehouse district.
I asked what's her face on the phone. What's that thing called?
Siri?
I said, Siri, get me the hell out of here. And she had no idea. She goes, you're SOL, buddy. I don't know where you are either. There were railroad tracks and trucks everywhere.
I know exactly where you were.
It was a blast.
Yeah.
There's a great Pete Holmes joke. If you're ever in a bad neighborhood, just go to your GPS. Take me to a Panera Bread'll work, Barnes & Noble will work.
What were you doing way out on my side of town?
I had gone to get my new favorite thing, the acai bowls.
Yes.
Which I've just discovered, so now I'm driving out of my way to test every one of those in the city.
Right. Of course you are.
Acai bowls. The busiest man in the whole world. And you're experimenting with Brazilian fruits.
I had to. I didn't
Is
even
that what
know.
that is?
Yeah.
It's like some fruit, and there's the granola in them. They're really tasty. The point is, we've been asking people what they've done, on a more crazy level to drive. Here we go. This comes to us from Justin. He goes, we drive 150 miles to Bob's Bitchin' Barbecue in Dodgeville, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
See, the name right will let you know it's going to be great.
Yes.
Who wouldn't want to hop in the car,
Let's go.
crank up the tunes, and do that? Now, when you're in the car with this new boyfriend you have, what kind of music do you agree on?
Whatever I like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that. So you've been talking to Kelly, huh? Okay.
Hey, Tom, do you hear that same sound I do?
Yeah.
Whatever I
We
like.
drove all the way to Florida and back, and he let me do the music the whole way, both ways.
That's nothing like how
Did he
it's
ever-
gonna.
did he
That's
ever-
nothing like how it's gonna end.
Did he ever slow down at a high bridge over a raging river?
No.
And think you get that look in his eyes like, I wonder if the fall will kill me.
You ever see Thelma and Louise?
He has eclectic music. If you were to have a choice, I think he would play Beatles a lot. He's a big Beatles fan.
I like him even more.
Yeah.
What a nice.
Oh, wait a minute. Can you grab that phone, please?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Oh,
Hey, Donnie, how are you?
I'm good, man. I wish somebody would write a book about the Beatles so we could learn more.
Me too. Where's all the facts about the Beatles? Yeah.
All right, you guys.
There's so much out there, and yet everybody just looks the other way. You know what? My little son Wolfie's been asking me for some hints about what I want for Father's Day. Maybe I'll get a Beatles book.
There you go.
But with gas prices where they are, what I really need is a full electric car. Or for him to strike oil while he's digging in the sandbox, Christy. Because right now my truck's getting worse gas mileage than a German tank in Russia.
Okay.
Well, anyways, like a lot of kids, Wolfie's go-to Father's Day gift always seems to be a clip-on tie.
Ugh.
I got like 9 of them in the closet. Nothing says court date like a prefab Windsor knot. Where you going? I got like 9 ties in one collared shirt. I hate wearing that stuff. Because when I go to weddings, I like to dress down so the happily married couple don't expect too nice of a gift from me. You show up in a T-shirt and jean shorts, I ain't going to be surprised by a $10 Burger King gift card. Of course, back in the day, it was easier to buy Father's Day gifts. You could buy your dad something he could really use, like a carton of Winston's and the latest issue of Jugs magazine. I swear to God. Or one of them drinking glasses with the woman in a bikini on the bottom who takes her clothes off as you finish your beer.
No, those are classic.
Oh,
Classic.
they are classic.
What happened to that magic? And plus, it was practical because the glass that encourages your dad to drink faster so you can see a nude woman buck naked was badass. But I gave Whippy a hint. We was at the mall and I spotted a cool T-shirt. It said, "I only eat meat. I'm a vegetarian." I swear to God. I know.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be the perfect shirt for my upcoming Baker family reunion because my hot cousin Amber just made bail.
Oh, boy.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Thanks, Donnie. That was very helpful. Thank you very much, Donnie. I just love these stories of adventure, just to get something.
Stories of adventure.
Now you're your own Indiana Jones, aren't you?
Here's a guy. We drove 8 hours.
No, so when you're on these adventures and you get somewhere late, do you say, "I'm sorry, I lost track of time, I was just driving around"? Or do you say, "I've had such a busy morning, I have no idea where I am"?
No, the other day I had an opening in my day. And I thought, I'm going to drive all the way downtown.
Yes.
And get one of these acai bowls. What is it again?
Acai.
Isn't
it?
Acai bowls, whatever the hell they are.
One of my favorite things about you is that you have these favorite things and you have no idea how to pronounce them.
That's correct. I just learned about these. They're the best. And so
I just learned about these.
So then I'm at this place and I take a wrong turn when I leave and I don't want to do a U-turn. So I'm just going to go. And I end up, like I said, I ended up running essentially parallel to some railroad and a lot of big trucks off the freeway. It was but it was fun. But I had time to kill, so I thought I would go a different way just for the adventure.
Okay.
You see, that's what you do. Now look at this letter here from Chris. We drove 8 hours from Cincinnati to the Upper Peninsula in Michigan to have lunch at Clyde's. I'm not sure.
Clyde's must be very good.
I don't know where it is, but somewhere in the UP. See, then you get to go across the Mackinac Bridge.
That's something. Tell me about that, will you?
Mackinac Bridge is gorgeous. It's like the Golden Gate.
And then you time it right. You open your door and look down.
No, you open your door.
It's terrifying.
You open your door, time it just right, and the grate disappears. It looks like you're floating above the Mackinac Straits. Even sober.
It's amazing.
This is fun stuff. You ever gone off the Mackinac Bridge?
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's the worst. It's great. It's
You know
fantastic.
what,
No, I
Tom?
hate it.
Why don't you and I go up and go across the Mackinac Bridge and see how it ends up? just me and
you get that thing where you slow down, you want to go, I wonder if the fall's going to kill me or if I get to go for a dip. You ever sailed under it?
No, Tom, none of us
That's an
are
adventure.
sailors.
That's an adventure. Coming up, we want to hear more about cool places you've gone way out of your way to go to. Maybe it's something where it's a simple half hour out of your way while you're in the middle of a tough day. Now, you used to have a normal job, right, Jeff?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah. Did you ever, I don't know, maybe when you were you were a stockbroker, right?
I've worked in the financial industry.
Yes, you did.
Did you ever take like a 6-hour lunch, go pin bowling or something?
Yeah. Yeah, the older brokers, I learned they would leave at 10 and get back on 2 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I was like, where are you guys going? They go, come with us. And they took me to a little thing called lingerie lunch. Where scantily clad ladies would walk around for 4 hours and we would drink highballs.
Yeah, they did.
See? That's an adventure.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be back. We have some really cool stuff coming up in the news, including I want to do the story about the morons who are walking on coals to expand their souls and burn the bejesus out of their feet like they deserved. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. Bonjour. The perfect gift has arrived for the single man. The new cologne from the makers of Clintorius and Bonaire. France's most noted fashion designer, yours truly, Mr. Béchon of Paris, has developed an exciting and stimulating new scent for men.
Honey, come on. You've been in the bathroom for half an hour. What are you doing in there?
Just enjoying my masturbation.
Mr. Béchon, just slap a little on, repeatedly.
Oh, God. Thanks, I needed that.
Is that masturbation?
Yeah, I think that's the sign.
Mr. Béchon.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
It's the laughter after the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom's work farce. We don't talk about it a lot. Oh, but it's there. Those who know, know. All the fun without really too much effort. Keep that smile going all day and keep your coworkers guessing what's making you so happy. It's Brenda. No, it's us right here at Bob and Tom 24/7. Sorry, Brenda.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom Entertainment News Desk. Looks like there will be no shortage of top-notch musicians taking the stage for a pair of concerts to honor late Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins. Among those slated to perform, Miley Cyrus, Liam Gallagher, Joan Jett, Mark Ronson, members of Queen, The Police, Rush, Kiss, The Pretenders, Motley Crue, Queens of the Stone Age, Rage Against the Machine, Red Hot Chili Peppers, comedian Dave Chappelle. You get the idea. The shows are going to take place September 3rd at Wembley Stadium in London and September 27th at the Kia Forum in Inglewood, California. Both will help charities chosen by Hawkins' family. Hawkins died March 25th during a South American tour with the band. He was only 50. And Dolly Parton is donating $1 million to help fight diseases that hit children hard. The country music icon is giving that money to Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville. The hospital says the money will go for research into pediatric infectious diseases. The new gift is one of several Parton has made to the center over the years. In 2020, she made a $1 million gift for COVID vaccine research. In a news release, Parton declared, quote, "No child should ever have to suffer." And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
We're in a gym today to find out what athletes need after they've had a big workout. Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
You look pretty sweaty.
Yeah. I just jogged 5 miles. I did the weights. Did some step aerobics. God, I'm dying.
What do you need after a big workout like that?
I could use a big glass of water.
Water?
Yeah.
You don't want water. You need something to replace your bodily fluids. Get you back on your feet again.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, what do you got?
Here, try this.
What is it?
Thirspiration Plus.
Thirspiration Plus, huh?
Replaces all your bodily fluids after a big workout.
All right, I'll try it. Jesus, what is that? Tastes like sweat.
It is sweat. Well, a little coloring. We added some carbonation, but
What are you trying to do to me?
Thirspiration Plus replaces all your bodily fluids lost during a big workout. Thirspiration Plus. Bodily sweat and icy cold jump.
Come here, you crazy son of a...
I borrow your shirt and your shorts for later.
You're sick.
Thirspiration Plus. Lemon lime, tropical punch, orange or clear.
Can I borrow your shorts for later?
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
The man in the studio with us is comedian Greg Hahn. You ever driven in a Corvette? What do you?
I mean, I'm a little bit tall for the vet.
Are you really?
It's a
Right.
big
Yeah.
car.
Put
Yeah.
the seat back.
There's an idea.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4". Yeah. I got a huge SUV. I just look at the rear view thinking I got to get some friends. Rows and rows of seats, nobody in them. I just go from gas station to gas station.
Hey, want to ride?
Yeah.
Tell them about your 3-point plan for success, Greg.
What is that? Where I bought the car is too expensive?
Right.
My house is too expensive?
Right.
Knock up a fat girl. How about it?
Yes, sir. Mr.
Check me out.
Success. That's Greg Hahn.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Tom So Sancha. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi.
Jeff Oskey in for Josh Arnold.
You smell something? You smell something?
Josh Arnold is in the... he's on the DL. He's down with the COVID. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I smell something all right.
I can feel it.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
You got to tell me about where that taco truck is. Oh, I'm sorry. We're back.
Again.
We're on the air.
We've done it 9 times.
I know, but I'm writing it down now.
Why wouldn't you write it down the first, 6 times we told you?
I was busy.
Driving around, being on
If
adventure.
you say you're busy one more time.
Dad, will you want to come out and have a catch? No, I'm busy. Leave me alone. Oh, well, a little too close to the bone, huh?
Well, I had 2 extra hours, so I thought I'd drive around. Why don't you go home and take a nap?
Or say hello to your kids.
Yeah.
As the old phrase goes, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Right now, it's time for to clear the air, cleanse the palate.
Okay.
And here it is.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Been so hot, man.
How hot's it been?
Well, my dream house now is an igloo.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
And Chick, just for you, it's been hot.
How hot's it been?
I saw 2 fire hydrants fighting over a dog.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Okay, come on. That was fun.
No, it's not. I don't know what the hell you're laughing at.
Wasn't that the joke you were thinking of yesterday?
No, that wasn't it.
Fire hydrant was chasing a dog, and I think Pat McCormick wrote that for Johnny Carson in 1967.
That is correct.
Hey, I feel like there's a lot of hostility, and I have a letter here that's basically a grenade.
Well, go ahead,
So
read
can
it.
I let this loose? Hey, me and the wife will drive 2 hours to go to BJ's in the Dells.
Love the term the wife.
You like that? I like me and the missus. Okay. A breakfast that good. It's no wonder they got their name. Very funny. And then he says, P.S. Willie, you're funnier than your dad. Thank you.
All right.
And then P.P.S. Christy, you were my favorite.
Now what have I done?
Until I found out you scraped the salt off your pretzels like a psychopath.
That's right.
All caps. Thank you, Taylor.
I do.
Well, the first thing I do when I get a big hot pretzel is I have to scrape that salt.
Okay, you guys can make fun of Josh when he comes back because he does the exact same thing.
No, we do.
No, we're used to Josh being wrong about everything.
I like it salty, and then I dip it in more salty Dijon mustard.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Oh,
here.
no.
There was a time when I would get Lay's potato chips and salt them.
You know what? I don't think those days are over. I think you still do it, but you keep it to yourself because of the negative attention you get when
From
you
the medical
salted them in
I
the
do
first
not
place.
have salt in my house.
Is that right?
That's correct.
That's why you're out so much.
Wilbur, you want to check on that?
That's why I go the long
I
way.
bet you hide it in little baggies inside of books like a coke.
Sure he does.
I bet that you're sneaking around.
Your dad used to salt cake.
He salted everything. It
Could
went
I-
in his mouth. He salted it.
Could we move on?
When you salt me, you salt
You know what God did? He
What?
salted the oceans, okay?
Oh, wow.
That's 2/3 of the earth, my friends.
Whoever started salting chocolate,
Oh, nice.
those people are
Yes.
gods.
Sea salt. Oh,
Have you had the salted? Have you had that? What is that? Salted caramel ice cream, whatever that is.
oh, that's good too.
You ever salt bread? Oh my God, it's so good.
I bring in shit.
Bread, a little bread and butter. Put the salt on it.
Oh, yeah.
You know those
No.
chocolate oatmeal
Not
salted
talking
cookies?
to you.
You're weird.
I'm weird. Yeah. Go,
No,
okay.
we would have that growing
Let's
up.
go scrape some salt.
Could we move on?
Yes.
Got an important letter here. This comes to us from Ashley.
Ashley.
When I was pregnant with my first, I made my husband drive from Evansville, Indiana to Bloomington for a specific brand of dill pickles called Bubbles Pickles.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, they had a little monkey on the front. It was Michael Jackson's monkeys out there.
What a cool thing to do.
Indiana.
Take his wife and drive her for some pickles.
Did she go with him, or did he have some well-deserved peace in the car?
Don't ruin it for this poor woman.
You ever just drive, no radio on?
Clint. I've always got to gotta hit that end hard.
You're
Sorry,
so
Christy.
insane.
I'm sorry, Christy.
God.
Who was Dick Hitzwater sitting in for the other day?
No. Something.
No.
Clint Chewer?
Oh, no, Clint Chew.
Oh.
That's right, he was.
You mean Ivan Jackanoff, that guy?
No, it was Clint Chew.
So we can just say it now.
I said Ivan.
You said Ivan.
Okay, I'm sorry. Clint writes, my wife and I took a 2.5-hour road trip in Maui on the road to Hana. Or Hana. It's a beautiful drive that has you steep 200-foot cliffs, roadside waterfalls, stopped at fruit stands.
A Hana job.
Oh, this is so nice. See, just the journey, Christy.
I'm.
And then he got a pretzel, and I took the salt off of it, and then is there any way we can make this tasteless?
You will never live this down, and neither will Josh.
It's okay. I don't care.
Okay.
Well, didn't you go to over to England for some mushy peas?
Mushy peas and their sticky toffee pudding.
Yes.
But London has some great restaurants. They're all, of course, Indian and French. But
yeah, London's not really known for that.
Could I have some? Could you take that roast beef and boil it?
Fish and chips are pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And they have a shepherd's pie that's crazy good over there. But that's about it.
Christy, could we get to the story? This really gets to me. This whole thing here.
25 people were injured after walking over hot coals in northern Switzerland.
Good.
Zurich police said emergency services were alerted to injuries at a private event on the Ohl Peninsula on Lake Zurich. 25 people were given medical treatment at the scene, 13 hospitalized with more severe injuries.
Good.
Details about the incident or why people at the event walked over hot coals were not released.
Because they're idiots.
Yeah.
That's why. Oh,
Mind over matter, my friend.
No. Physics over stupidity. I love stuff like this, especially when people get very badly hurt.
Especially when people get badly hurt.
Yeah,
we're too accepting in our society of morons like this and snake oil salesmen and these charlatans that dupe people into, you're a semi-well-educated narcissist idiot. Why don't you walk over hot coals to prove to yourself, no, they're hot coals. You're an idiot.
Me feet on fire. Me toes on fire. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
If you want to do something like this, do it over a bed of Legos. That way, when you collapse, you won't die. Unbelievable. Have you ever read about people that do this?
Of course I have.
Yeah, this is the tree-hugging morons.
Oh,
they shouldn't be allowed to vote.
I'm not going to name call people that
I am.
choose to.
They're idiots.
All right.
You know, you're just delightful to be around in the morning.
Hey, look, I call them as I see them.
Ergo, the morning radio job.
Starting every morning on a positive note.
Where did this happen in Switzerland? Was it in Bern?
It should have been. No,
Bern.
A red
well,
boy.
I watched the video, and nobody got hurt in the video. Yeah, that's because it's all fake. Sorry.
Okay.
By the way, a little positivity. Our friend Jennifer wrote in. She misses Josh. Dean, you deserve a raise. Mike, Mark, your sympathies. But she also wrote FlavortownUSA.com is the site that tracks guys' Triple D visits. So if we're doing this kind of comedy food tour, we got to make sure we use FlavortownUSA.com as our map.
Okay, the idea, once again, is to do a tour that makes no sense except for the fact that the places we're going will have some kind of really cool food. And Guy Fieri is the guy behind this.
I think that he's going to be, we're going to kind of use him as a guide. We're not only going to go to the guy spots, but I think that's a good place.
He's been in here a couple times. He does great things for people when they have
This is like the Rick Steves of food. You can do the tours.
Yeah, very generous man, a great guy. We have a lot to get to here. Christy, can you give me the teaser?
Yeah, we have a lady with a gun in her vajayjay. We have a guy on a jet ski going to Cuba.
Tight.
And we have a person trying to drive an electric cart on an interstate.
By electric cart, by the way, it's one of those things
electric wheelchair
from Walmart.
Yeah.
Right.
And Fauci tested positive for COVID. We'll have that.
That's the last time he goes fishing with Josh Arnold and his brothers, I'll tell you that.
right.
Can you do your hot tribute again for the people that walk on coals, please, Pat? I really enjoyed that. That's, of course, a tribute to anyone.
Ole, ole.
Do you know the hot song?
Hot.
David Johansen.
No, but is David Johansen's character.
Buster Poindexter.
Buster Poindexter.
Yeah, I love it when artists do that. Yeah.
Hey, his was more successful than Garth Brooks's.
Hey, you know what? Maybe it will sound better in your Raycon earbuds.
Let's hear it. Give it.
Me feet.
There you go.
Me feet on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Me toes on fire. Feeling hot.
And now,
Cole,
as if Raycons could get any better, now they have 3 sound profiles to match whatever you're listening to. Noise isolation is in there. Awareness modes. You could choose to be immersed in sound or tune into your surroundings when you need to. And if you're traveling or a grueling workout, the optimized gel tips that fit any ear made. They're perfect for that perfect in-ear fit.
These are the Raycons, and they've got multiple colors now.
With Raycon, you also get 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life, and get all this for half the price pretty much of other premium audio brands. No wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 49,000 5-star reviews. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom, 15% off your Raycons. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Do you always remember numbers in threes?
No.
You don't?
No.
Yeah, I do that. Like you're looking at numbers, but you look and you
I do it in
transcribe them. 3. You do them in twos?
Yes, because everything should be an equal number.
Well, that would normally be true, but not with this technique. My point here, Christy, is you can do buyraycon.com and you can separate it into threes. You've got your buy, your ray, your con, your .com, and your Tom. Buyraycon.com/Tom for the best earbuds out there for half the
Glad
price.
you added that.
I think I'm hearing that Archibald, whatever it is.
That's exactly what that reminded me of.
Off topic.
There you got your Archie.
I have never understood that joke.
I haven't either.
I've heard it 100 times.
I'm glad you said
I
something.
never got the joke. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, I don't get it either.
The Archibald hole broken thing with John Fox used to do it.
Your A and your hole in there.
Goes on. Maybe someone can explain it to me. When we come back, we have something for parents you'll like. That doing chores will actually make your kids smarter.
Oh, that's why my kids are so dumb.
We'll find out. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hello, Omaha, Nebraska. My name is Mark Allison, and I'm talking directly to you. Yes, the rest of you driving around the world and listening in, you can listen in, but this is for folks in Omaha, Nebraska. Coming up Friday night and Saturday night. That's this Friday and Saturday, June 17th and June 18th. One Donnie Baker will be at the Funny Bone in Omaha, Nebraska. On stage, live, in person. DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information. And Omaha, I know you're going to show up to see Donnie Baker at the Funny Bone again, Friday and Saturday night. Why not get out there, have a few drinks, have a few laughs, have some fun with friends, and, of course, DonnieBaker.com for all the answers. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Asian shares mixed after the Federal Reserve raised its key interest rate by 0.75 points and signaled more rate hikes coming to fight inflation. Wall Street rallied after the Fed's hike, the biggest since 1994. Investors took heart from Chair Jerome Powell's comments suggesting future increases may be more modest. The Bank of Japan holding a 2-day policy meeting beginning today. The Japanese central bank under pressure to act given downward pressures on the yen from U.S. rate hikes and super low rates in Japan. Investors have been selling yen and buying dollars. Meanwhile, Brazilian authorities say a fisherman has confessed to killing a British journalist and an indigenous expert in the remote Amazon. They've taken police to a site where human remains were found. An apparent breakthrough in the 10-day search for the pair. Authorities said Wednesday night they expected to make more arrests soon in the case of freelance reporter Dom Phillips and Bruno Pereira of Brazil, who disappeared on June 5th. Federal police investigator says the fisherman who had been the prime suspect confessed Tuesday night and detailed what happened to the pair. Investigators says Eduardo Alexander Fontes says Amaraldo da Costa de Oliveira told officers he used a firearm to kill the pair and that led them deep into the forest to the spot where he buried the bodies. That's a look at things you may have missed and a mystery solved. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
You know, I got a lot of mail here at the ex-law office. Well, this comes from young Davy Radonovich. He asks, what is the difference between slander and libel? Well, what kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? What kind of little pea-brain moron would write me? I think if I were you, little Davy, I'd worry more about inbreeding than I would about the law. Davy, that was slander. If I would have written it down, it would have been libel.
This has been The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the law is your friend. It's the lawyers you have to watch out for. And remember this, the preceding has been a joke, not legal advice. Learn to know the difference.
This is Tom. Coming up Friday morning in the Bob and Tom Show.
We'll hang out with the usual cast of idiots. Plus, we'll get a visit from comedian Jeff Oskey.
There's a new mattress for gamers out there. What you failed to mention, it comes in 3 sizes: single, always single, and forever single. All right. Oh, finally.
That's Friday morning in the Bob and Tom Show.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
They both make a living in their bare feet. Catching one is like a treat, and they both hang out right there by the shell. They both walk slow at a simple pace, both afraid to show their face, but only one has a built-in place to hide. Turtles and whores, turtles and whores. I love them turtles and whores. They both advertise a little tail, move so much and never get mail. They both go by the same nickname, Snapper. Daddy never told about the birds and bees, but always talked about both these and made it clear only one was fit to eat. Turtles and whores.
Yeah.
Turtles and whores. I love them turtles and hoes.
Turtles and hoes.
Now, if you catch one, here's some advice. One is dirty and the other ain't nice. So be polite and always walk up from behind. Make small talk, never let them see fear. Don't work alone, just bait or beer. And when you're done, just drop them by the river. Turtles and whores.
Everybody.
Turtles and whores. I've caught both while fishing. I'm always on a mission. And they both hate the kitchen. Turtles and whores. Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedian Diana Jordan is here with us. Now, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Since you've been here last, have you had any augmentation of any kind?
No.
Okay. Must be.
I'm wearing the Wonder Bra.
Is that, are you kidding?
No. I just showed it.
Impressive.
Yeah. They call it the Wonder Bra because when you take it off, the guy wonders where in the hell you're.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
I got $5 says it's not him, it's how time is counted now. He wasn't way late. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Yes.
Sitting in for Josh Arnold. There's Hayes Cosby. He's at the track phone hotline hot phone. And that Omaha steak joke of the day. There's Willie Griswold.
You see, this time of June, I perceive time differently.
I like to do time in base 10.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
See, I'm back.
Where were you?
Oh, there's a line everywhere in this building. I had to
There's
go back.
not a hole out here without an ass on it out. It's everywhere.
It was
There's
Pat
only
and Noah.
10 people in the building. What are you talking
Pat
about?
and Noah finished. It was just me in there. You could have come right in.
You guys pee together, right? Still?
No, I mean, it was
Dad and
Pat, you, and Noah. And those other two were locked.
No, they weren't locked. It was just
You know
me
what?
in there. Pat and Noah were
No,
gone.
the only person who uses there's a well-defined ladies' room in that hallway that's not a unisex bathroom, and the only one who goes in there is Godwin.
Yeah,
I was just going to say, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what his
not going in there because there are women that work in the building. They're not here very often.
Stop bothering. He's got to get the SD cards out of the GoPros.
The first trouble. He's already flooded the bathroom. I don't know what he's doing, but it's not right, Tom. You need to.
I had to go 2 buildings down. Sorry, I'm back. Thank you very much. Thanks
Did you
for
go
your
all the
concern.
way back to the old part?
I had to. Everything was taken here.
You always pee outside.
Yeah, why weren't you, hanging it out?
There are people here now.
It's too hot outside right now.
Oh.
Check local listings.
The vampire.
Okay, sorry. Where were we, Christy?
Internet Explorer retired. As of June 15th, Microsoft no longer supports the 27-year-old application, which now joins BlackBerry phones, dial-up modems, and Palm Pilots in the recycling bin of tech history.
Explaining this, no one noticed. So there you go.
Yeah.
You can find all these items in Ace Cosby's house.
According to the internet analytics company StatCounter, boy, that's a fun place to work.
Where you count stats.
Chrome reigns as the dominant browser today with roughly 65% share.
I like Chrome.
I like Chrome too. Followed by Apple Safari with 19%. Internet Explorer's Air, Microsoft Edge accounts for 4% of the browser market, just ahead of Firefox.
Wow.
And I do have my Palm Pilot in the garage.
Buddy, I know you do.
I knew you did.
Are those things, do they work anymore?
Charge it in years.
As much as they ever did. You got to think those guys, the people that had Blackberries, when they saw the iPhone come out, they're like, uh-oh.
They used them in Washington, D.C. till just recently.
They called it the Crackberry.
Yeah.
Real stupid.
Every insider
Watch House
pivoter
of
in
Cards.
Washington used them, yeah.
They did have a great...
FBI used it.
The game Brick Breaker was really good on there, and the wheel that you could use was really good for video gaming.
Never had a BlackBerry.
There's probably a holdout of people that still played Brick Breaker.
I'm sure.
I'm not getting rid of that.
Yeah, damn kids.
Pride for my cold dead hand.
I haven't had directions since Internet Explorer stopped working. So I get my porn.
Yep,
And Internet Explorer, there's heterosexual porn, too. None of that other,
I know
none of that boy stuff.
No, I know that.
I'll tell you what.
Your erection.
Yeah.
Hey.
Internet Explorer. What's next is Internet Colonizer. That's what we're going to do. We're going to teach those folks how we do things.
Yeah,
that's
okay,
right.
Dad. That's okay.
Every town's going to be an American town, by God.
That was that was so real. Okay, Dad.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he was doing a character, and I wanted to make it him. I wanted it to be him.
I'm being critical of colonization there, Willie. You see, it's a...
Is that what it is?
Okay.
It's not great, but when you get good Thai food in London,
What's the new Microsoft one? Internet?
The Microsoft, it's Edge.
Okay. They should have gone with Internet Bronco.
Why?
Because of the great. Have you seen those great new Ford Broncos? They are awesome.
Oh, those are great.
Hard to get, though.
What is with you?
Get a damn Bronco.
Damn Bronco and shut up.
Talking about it.
Just talking about someone about it yesterday.
I got a guy that'll get you one. Just let me know. Do you want one or not?
There's a cash flow issue right now.
And I apologize.
All right, Oscar and I go steal one for you. All right, what color you want?
It's coming down the road. Maybe next.
If I wanted someone on staff to help me commit a crime, I'd go straight to Jess Hooker. I mean, I wouldn't talk to any of you goons.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Why Jess?
She knows how to keep a secret. She's smart. She's got that smile. Knows how to talk her way out of stuff. I think. And then Oscar's number 2. I think. Yeah. Chick, you're 3rd. Christy, you're at the bottom. You're way too. You're too
blood's thicker than water, my friend.
No. You make a point of keeping a secret, which you never have in your entire life.
You would rat about me to the barista at the mom and pop shop you go to. That's a nice tattoo. My son stole a Bronco. Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's how it would go. Oh, did I say something wrong?
Speaking of children.
I admire a nice tattoo.
Yes.
When?
Oh, often. Willie's eating with me. If someone has an interesting tattoo, I'll say, what's the origin of that? Or what's the source of that?
Oh, do you say it like that? What's the origin of that?
Yeah, don't do that.
I know he does.
That's an interesting tattoo. Is there a story behind that?
That's like if a server went up to you and said, "Sir, that's some nice psoriasis. How'd you get that?" You can't ask people about that.
Well, I was going to get rid of it with Otesla, but I didn't have the $7,000 a month to do it. I'm sorry. Back to you.
Good news for parents. There's actually a scientific reason to get your child to do chores. Researchers say requiring children to do chores regularly leads to improved brain function. According to the recent study, children who perform self-care chores, such as making themselves a meal, significantly predicted the ability to think before acting. Doing regular household chores was also associated with improved planning, self-regulation, remembering instructions, and switching between tasks. Well, that makes sense.
This is from the Obvious Institute.
Yeah, no joke.
Teach someone some self-reliance.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, if I didn't cook for myself, I would have starved. My mom and dad were both very busy and working and stuff. Now, when did you start cooking for yourself, Christy?
12.
Yeah?
Yeah, because my parents divorced when I was 12.
We might be onto something here with your dad.
What do you mean?
Your mom and dad never cooked for you.
Well, no, my mom did, but I mean, there were often times.
No,
you were a latchkey kid before there was even the phrase.
Yeah, I was a latchkey kid.
I moved out on my own when I was 3. Okay.
But you know what? With all that said, I have to give my mom credit. There wasn't fast food. We didn't eat out a lot, and she did cook a hot meal every single day and worked. And I don't know how she did it. I would have been crazy.
But the point of the story is teaching kids to do chores.
Yeah, we had chores every day.
Yeah.
Growing up.
Now, the only problem I have with it is there's only one way to load the dishwasher.
Right.
I had to unload it last night and reload it.
I couldn't use a dishwasher until I was 19 years old.
God.
I had no idea because it wasn't allowed in that little room.
Why don't you just let it be and let them wash and then just put them away?
Oh, you and your liberal let it be dishwasher attitude.
Yeah, Christy.
You and your we're gonna just randomly load the dishwasher. We're gonna go walk on coals because some charlatan told us we could do it.
Plates don't care if they're mismatched or put on the other side.
I know. Oh,
They don't care.
Plate don't care.
Plate don't care. Cup don't care.
That top shelf, you got to have the little forks, then the big forks, then the spoons.
Dad, this is how I know you're losing it, because you think that the liberal agenda is getting in the way of your OCD. That's not how it works.
Wait a minute.
Some plan from Barack Obama to ruin your OCD.
Your dishwasher has the silverware on the top shelf?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not in a basket?
No. It's in a
wow,
drawer.
look at you, fancy.
Only way to go. I knew that when my mom was very, very old, and she was living at her assisted living facility.
How old? Like 66, 67?
Very, very old. Like 94.
Yeah.
But I knew she was coming. She had her little rough spot, and I knew she was coming out of it because my sister was over there, and my sister is one of these people that will only do the dishes when it's completely full. Whereas I'll put one spoon in and run it. I don't like to have dirty dishes in my house.
What?
That's about right.
No. I mean, I will run it more often than not. And by the way, if you've seen the commercials, dishwashers save water.
Yeah, I've
I remember my mom, all of a sudden, she screamed at Chance. I can't say her exact language. For God's sake, run the GD dishwasher, Jan. Jan would spend the whole week filling it up. And
I would love to see your water bill.
I have a well.
He has a well.
Yeah.
The water company didn't deem me worthy of their
laundry every morning.
So his dishes are yellow.
I have a well, and I have some kind of, there's some water thing they do.
Sure you do.
Some machine in the basement.
Purifier.
There's a water thing, eh?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Dying slowly.
I'm sorry, Christy. What else have you
A
got?
Red Bowling Springs, Georgia woman is behind bars following a traffic stop. What's unusual about this arrest, you ask? Well, she was concealing a gun, meth, and marijuana in her vagina. Macon County Law Enforcement Deputy Clinton Fryer was on patrol around 11:15 p.m. June 12th when he observed a Chevy S10 pickup without taillights traveling on Highway 52. After initiating a traffic stop, Officer Fryer noticed the driver, identified as 49-year-old Sheila Gale Smitty, had dilated pupils and was sweating profusely. Police later discovered she was concealing the gun, meth, and marijuana in her mommy parts.
A gun, meth, and marijuana. They call that the Tampa Trio.
It's a Tampa Trio.
Once again, that's your vajayjay, not a holster.
Right.
Yeah. Talk about packing heat.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I hope she doesn't sneeze.
Yeah, a lot could go wrong.
I wonder if that was the first time a Magnum had been inside her. For her sake, I hope not. Because
I'm going to guess
that
if you
much
can
room
hide a
down there.
gun, that it's not the first time.
Christy Lee. Well, the gun and the pot, those aren't going to what I'm trying to say is that the meth, depending on what it is, that can find a way to seep in through your skin. It's just if it's like a powdered product, so that could be
deadly.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, so could the gun.
Oh, of
well,
course.
I'm sure it's
of
not
course.
loaded.
She kegels the wrong way, knocks the safety out. All of a sudden, she's blowing her.
Okay.
Yeah, if she can Kegel like that, she's in the wrong business.
That's one messy discharge. And now it adds new meaning to the term getting banged. But seriously, oh boy,
a man has been arrested.
A lot of things go there, but that's not one of them.
No.
Or three of them. Wow.
A man has been arrested on a jet ski while attempting to flee to Cuba. According to the Department of Justice, Ernesto Cruz Graveran's company. Graverans.
Sorry.
Or Graverans. EXO Enterprises submitted approximately $4.2 million in fraudulent health care claims, resulting in Medicare paying the company $2.1 million. Well, what did he do? Well, apparently, U.S. Coast Guard officers found Mr. Graveran aboard a broken-down jet ski in the waters south of Key West, trying to escape heading in the direction of Cuba. The jet ski, which was modified for extended trips, also contained a trove of food and water bottles. The 54-year-old was taken into custody, where he will remain at the Federal Detention Center in Miami until his trial.
This is like something from a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
Who escapes on a wave runner? Or a sea-doo, whatever. He should have gone at night. They think?
Oh, yeah, so they couldn't see him because it's dark?
Yeah, I would think.
Well, how would he see?
Just aim for the lights of Cuba.
The lights. It's
You know
not
what?
East Egg.
You're the only. I think you're the only person that can Monday morning quarterback anything that you don't have any idea.
Well, first of all,
here's what you should have done.
Aren't most people trying to go the other way?
Yeah, they are.
He's not going to be greeted by Fidel's no longer with us.
Well, Raul's there, or whatever.
No, he's toast, isn't he?
Is he?
Is he still around?
I thought Raul was still running the country.
I thought those crazy kids were going to figure it out. It's a bummer.
I don't know, but if you've scammed $4 million, do you think a jet ski is the way to go? Maybe rent a helicopter. I don't know. It just seems kind of cheap.
Well, it doesn't matter now. He's going to jail. And in Indiana, authorities encountered an unusual sight on an interstate in Clark County. According to Indiana State Police, a person was found riding an electric shopping cart pushing a construction barrel on I-265.
That's right.
There's a lot going on here.
I love it.
Sobriety, probably not anywhere in the story, I'm
The
guessing.
electric cart was returned to Walmart while the man operating said cart was transported to Louisville, Kentucky with charges pending. State police reminded people that unauthorized vehicles are not allowed on the interstate.
What a rascal.
Oh,
proud of that, are you?
Well, if he was pushing an orange barrel,
yes,
we would be remiss if we did not pay a tribute to Todd Yon in this classic song. The genius of Todd Yon and the classic orange barrels. Just spoke to Todd a couple days ago. He's doing great.
Nice.
He's kind of semi-retired. If you ever get a chance to see him, though, there's not a better live performer that I've ever seen in a comedy show.
So good.
Let's see now. Where was I? Christy, we have time for one more. What have you got over there?
Dr. Anthony Fauci has tested positive for COVID-19. According to a statement from the National Institutes of Health, the 81-year-old who is fully vaccinated and has received 2 booster shots was experiencing mild symptoms. Fauci is following public health guidelines and his doctor's advice and will return to work at the NIH when he tests negative.
Okay. So he's going to be staying on his couchy. Dr.
Slouchy.
He's no slouchy. He's got to get back so we can tackle this monkeypox.
I hated that I
Oh, you know they're renaming that. You can't call it monkeypox anymore.
Oh, God, why? Why can't you call it
Because it insults
monkeypox?
monkeys, I guess, from what I read. I don't know.
That's right. We, the Center for the Advancement of Monkeys, probably, yeah.
It insults monkeys.
I'm telling you.
Monkeypox is a great name because it's really scary.
It's to avoid discrimination. It's, yes.
COVID-19, it sounds like a rental car agency, but monkeypox scares the crap out of you.
I know.
Okay, I'm sorry. Right now, let's calm down and talk about the importance of getting a great night's sleep by taking the quiz. Chick McGee, what is your sleep number setting?
100, the absolute most firm.
There you go. Now, the sleep number bed, of course, is adjustable. On either side, Christy Lee, your setting is what?
A 45.
Once again, that's like a giant marshmallow, whereas in Chick's case,
Love
it's like sleeping on a slab of slate. The beauty of the sleep Sleep Number bed is you can adjust it at the touch of a button. Once you get it home, it's not going to be the same firmness as the one at the store because you can adjust the number. It's that simple. It's the smartest bed out there. In fact, there actually is a Sleep Number smart bed called the 360, the famous Sleep Number 360 smart bed. And guess what? This is the biggest savings of the year. Right now, they've extended this 50% off select Sleep Number 360 smart beds. Plus, special financing is available. Here's what you do. You check it out at the Sleep Number store by going to sleepnumber.com/BT show. Now, this is subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments are required. See sleepnumber.com for all the details. And a couple of tips from the Sleep Number people are out there. Things like sleeping in a nice cool room, eating cool foods on hot nights, some salads. That sounds very good. So lighten up, by the way, your nighttime apparel. I'll parenthetically point out hubba. Anybody?
Yeah, people say.
You know what I'm talking about, Ace? Like when you go, it's time. That's right. The Sleep Number bed.
It's time to get your stuff.
It's time. It's time to go to sleep and get a great night's sleep. I love my Sleep Number bed. When we come back, it's not sexy time. It's time to enlighten you.
Hubba.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Hubba.
Don't know what to give a certain dad for Father's Day? Well, how about a gift he'll open every day? A membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, I give. Where's the boat?
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, by the way, in case I haven't mentioned it today, Lexington, Kentucky, coming up this Saturday night at the Pivot Brewing Company. That man, Jeff Oskey, and that man, Willie Griswold, and that man, David Brooks, will all be at the Pivot Brewing Company in Lexington, Kentucky. That's coming up Saturday, June 18th. Check out Willie's Instagram at willie.griswold for more information. I believe it's a free show, but you just have to have a ticket to get in. Again, more information at Willie's Instagram account, willie.griswold. Rolling through a Thursday. We learn a lot on the show, including today. We'll find out what we learned coming up. And a look at history with Tom Griswold. We call him Professor Tom. Or is that Professor Griswold? We'll have to check with the boss. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom News Desk. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has pledged to do whatever it takes to curb inflation. With that said, it could mean a recession. A worse than expected inflation report for May helped spur the Fed to raise its benchmark interest rate by 0.75 points yesterday and to signal that more large rate hikes are coming. Economic history suggests that aggressive growth-killing rate hikes could be necessary to finally control inflation. Typically, If you took any economics in school, that's a prescription for a recession. And French President Emmanuel Macron, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, and Italian Premier Mario Draghi have arrived in Kiev. The European leaders are expected to meet with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky as they prepare for a key European Union leaders summit in Brussels next week, and then the June 29th through 30th NATO summit in Madrid. The National Highway Safety Administration reports there have been nearly 400 crashes over a 10-month period involving vehicles with partially automated driving systems. Of that number, 273 of them involved Tesla. The tally comes after the feds ordered U.S. car makers to report crashes involving vehicles with self-driving technology between July of last year and May 15th of this year. Those numbers, though, should not be used to compare automakers, since the stats really don't take into account how many vehicles from each car maker are on the road and how many miles those vehicles have been driven. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Do you know a dad who's a big Bob and Tom fan? Well, get him a Father's Day gift he'll open every day. A membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com.
Hey, guy, it's Ken Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
Good morning to you. If sports is your thing, then you need to order Magic Johnson Sportscasting my way. You'll learn to butcher grammar like it's a dead cow.
Sometimes Charles do things and he does them for himself. See, what the fans should understand here is that Phoenix don't like to really set up half court.
Magic's insights will teach you how to lose your train of thought in the middle of a sentence.
You know, he's amazing. Every time he does something crazy or something.
Nobody can abruptly switch to a completely different thought like the Magic Man.
He's one of the best. If he get his feet set, hey, look out. And then also, he's having a good game. He had a good first game.
Contradictory thoughts in the same sentence? Like magic.
Kevin stumbled because his leg gave out on him in a sense. And so it's not 100% that leg, but he's doing, he's playing really well. He's not like he's favoring it at all.
Magic. Angler.
Dan Marley is continually to help offer Byron Scott.
To get Magic Johnson Sportscasting my way, call 1-800.
Oh, get it out of here.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Nick Griffin's our guest. I'm glad that it...
I'm glad everything's okay now, yeah.
Now, are you dating at all? Do you see anyone? Are you?
No, I don't. I mean, I tried, they're doing that internet dating, which...
Have you tried that?
I have tried it, yeah. But I just don't see a future in it, because there's no story if you do get married with your kids. I was checking the box score, and then I double-clicked on your mom's head.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening...
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
What did he do? 2.5 songs today? What did he do?
Five.
He really helped.
You didn't do 5 songs.
6.
7. You could do my favorite one again. It's short.
You know what? Here. Breathe in. Everybody take a breath in. Now breathe out. That's how easy Pat lies. Did you know that?
It comes to me naturally.
Whose phone's going off? Hello, Jeff Oskey.
Hi.
He's filling in for Josh Arnold.
What is that noise?
I don't know, but we don't have any time left.
What is the ticking?
Yeah, turn that back on.
Pat's piano.
Oh, okay.
Willie, zip it.
Yeah, we wouldn't have figured that out. Hi, it's Cosby. Hey, Willie. I'm Chick. Here's Tom.
Thank you. Pat, can you play my favorite short song from this morning again?
From the Hot Coals?
Yeah, let me explain the story. This is a bunch of idiots.
In Zurich, Switzerland.
This is the thing you read about all the time. Usually it's in California, where some morons get a bunch of charcoal. Instead of having a good old-fashioned barbecue, killing some beef and eating it, they hug trees, and then they walk on charcoal to prove that is mind over matter. Well, in this case, it was, once again, physics. over narcissism as the bejesus got burned out of their feet. 13 are in critical condition. Too bad. It's a shame you're a moron. But it was in Switzerland, and you have a song from Dexter Poindexter?
Yes, Dexter Poindexter. That's right.
Buster Poindexter, sorry.
Me feet are burning, me toes are burning, feeling hot, hot, hot.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Pat, for humoring me. Time now to review Today in History. What day is today?
Time now for Today in History. Here's Tom. Having not looked at June 16th, 2022.
Here we go. This is
going on?
1884, the first roller coaster in America opens at Coney Island.
A cyclone, right? Wasn't it a cyclone?
I don't know. I wonder who the first person was to ride that thing after having too many of those delicious hot dogs. Ugh. You can imagine the power of vomit.
I don't want to imagine that.
There used to be a thing at a place called Euclid Beach called the Rotor. Okay. And you'd get in this thing, and it would start spinning around.
You stick to the wall.
You're standing against the wall, and then the floor drops away.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cool. And it demonstrates a rather interesting principle in the world of physics. And then the floor comes back up, and it slows down. And,
right.
And then you walk out, and then you projectile vomit is what I did.
I threw up after riding the Scrambler at the Madison County Fair.
Oh, that used to be my favorite ride,
1969, and it was a glorious vomiting experience.
Yeah.
Into a nearby trash can.
Yeah, I was on the Rotor once, and a person, while it was in motion, had an issue.
Oh.
And then you have a different physics lesson.
Yeah,
because you learn that liquids go to the side, and they just go wherever they want to go.
They just go wherever they want.
Yeah, this poor guy got Jackson Pollocked with some used corn dogs and cotton candy. Okay, I'm sorry. Where were we? Let's see. We're talking days in history.
That's what you get for having all that flavor, right, Christy?
This is interesting.
Don't eat that junk.
1960, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho was released. Boy, that's still a great movie. Although I always kind of thought that in a way, didn't the title kind of give it away?
A little bit, yeah. Guy was a psycho.
Yeah, but I mean, when you just called it something different, I don't know. Sorry.
I don't think.
Would you have, Freddie? Come here. Can I talk to you? Can we call it anything else but Psycho? Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I guess you didn't probably know who the Psycho was for the first.
No, of course.
Okay, sorry. 1978. The movie Grease opens.
I thought that was yesterday.
An amazing movie, and I thought you did say it was yesterday.
You said it was yesterday.
I think it maybe premiered yesterday and then opened to the public today.
Whatever it is, I don't think we celebrated enough.
Well, maybe that was the stage play, because it started out as a stage.
You hate it, doesn't matter.
You know, Grease is the word. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember, the moral of the story, you'll end up with the man of your dreams if you dress like a slut. So,
tell me about it, stud.
It seems to be encouraging non-consensual activities by teens.
All right.
Let's see.
Did she put up a fight?
Did she put up a fight? 1980, the movie The Blues Brothers premieres in Chicago.
Is this a safe space? Can I say anything I want?
Go ahead.
Never got the Blues Brothers.
Really?
Never laughed.
Oh,
never,
no.
That movie or the whole act?
The whole thing.
No, finally, two white guys get credit for the blues.
The whole deal.
That is true. For too long, yeah.
Yeah, for too long. The credit's been going.
I will say, though, best cameos in any movie, I think. For me, for my money, best cameos there is.
I think it can be justified on that basis. And even the second one on that basis, but that's about it. Let's see. Happy birthday, Geronimo, 1829.
He's jumpy. You know that?
Invented the parachute. You know, he parachuted out of a plane before his death, and he screamed, "Me!"
Time now for things we learned on the show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. When
Happy
it comes
birthday,
to
Tupac.
Serving you, our motor never
Tupac's
quits.
birthday?
From next day delivery to getting involved with the local communities, that's Napa Know-How. Napa, our favorites. Yes, I have it in my brain that I'm going to call Christy's mom, take her out for breadsticks.
She likes the Olive Garden.
And some minestrone, and never call her again.
You're gonna ghost her.
I absolutely. He's so excited he has a term.
Chick McGee invented ghosting, baby.
Oh, yeah. How far would you go for food was our topic today, and it's surprising how far. I'm going to Isn't the average like 6 hours?
Well, some people will drive. I think it's great. You get in a car, you drive 3 hours just to get to some cool dive that you like the food. It's fun.
Sure. Triple X is a burger place in beautiful Lafayette, Indiana.
Highly recommend it.
I had them put some extra comedy in when my gallbladder was being removed. Put the gallbladder up, put the comedy in.
Nice.
Dallas Cowboys been under a lot of stress after 1 day practicing. So they took a break, and McCarthy took them to Topgolf. I did have an old cop car. That's a fact. Tom drives for an hour for coffee on Saturday mornings. I don't get it either. Ace's tour manager will be at the show on Friday night. We hope you are too. Al Jackson is doing a podcast about hip-hop and alcohol sales.
And Al's in Ann Arbor Saturday only, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And we have a special show. Find out about it by going to the Bob and Tom website. Raising some money to send some kids to camp. Details at bobandtom.com. Is that it?
And Donnie has a hot cousin. Her name is Amber.
Yes. Oh yeah. And Donnie, what was it Donnie said? A pre-Windsor knotted clip-on tie is a sure sign you've got a court date. Yeah. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For Father's Day, give Dad total access to the entire Bob and Tom library. Give Dad a membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com.